And hello. So, yesterday I recorded Anne with Max. It's time to record Max with Anne. So, just like last time, I'm going to just play the rest of it out. It should take about 2.5 hours. I just want to finish this up so you don't have to wait anymore. I could do the whole like one episode a day thing, but I feel that at this point, with the amount of time we've waited, it'd be better to just get it sort of finished out. So give me one moment and we'll go ahead and begin. Alrighty, let's go ahead and begin. Finals are over and it's finally time for the first break. I think I've spent way too long studying this quarter and not nearly enough time working on the band. That all changes this break, though. Gaz finally relented and says I get to headline this week. I mean, sure, it's because his main band canceled on him, but I mean, who cares? I call it opportunity. See, I've called Memphis over and we're meeting tonight to discuss the playlist. This is going to be a great winter break. I pulled some snacks out of the fridge and I've got a list of songs on the table. I mean, this could just our big break, you know? Hey, alright, chump. You ready for this? Memphis, you know it, bro. Did you get Slim's suggestions? She's still at work. Yeah, she should be off for all the shows, though. Couldn't get the time completely off. Okay, well, we can work on some of her faves in the rotation. Jerry just said he didn't care. Oh, you know him. He'll play whatever you say to play. He's gonna be eyeing the ground anyways. As long as he plays his heart out, he can eye screw the whole damned audience for all I care. That's fine. Just don't tell him that. He'll take that as a challenge. Memphis and I flop down on the couch and start going over our best songs. This it has to be a set to remember. I know. Don't get worked up, man. We're ready for this. Yeah, I know. We've got this. Damn right we do. Hey, Gaz wants to know if you want him to comp anyone. No drinks unless they're over 21, but he'll let him in. Well, I can't think of anyone offhand. What? Not even your roommates? I mean, you live with them. Don't they know what you do? Well, yeah, I guess I could invite them along. Only one comp per person, man. Sorry. You're gonna have to make a choice. That dick. You bringing someone along? Nah, you assholes are my only friends. And ain't that just the saddest thing you ever heard? Memphis dramatically throws himself against the arm of the couch as I roll my eyes at him. Well, we're going to have a couple of shows this week. I guess I could invite everyone one at a time, or I could just pick someone. Oh, hey guys. Hey, Ann. What are you up to tonight? Oh, packing. Going home to visit my folks tomorrow. I'll be back for the new semester. You're such a sweetie, Ann. Ugh. I hate that nickname. Wait, did you say Annie? Am I just... Yeah, Annie. I'm dumb. Oop, I lost some points there. Anne rolls her eyes at Memphis, who just simply finds the whole thing amusing. Hey, what are you two up to? Oh, planning tonight's show. Our band's actually headlining. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. Speaking of, we should probably get back to it. Oh, say no more. Have fun, guys. Knock 'em dead. Memphis and I go over the show notes until we can recite them forward and backwards. I may slack about a lot of things, but this show's gotta be good. I know the band can handle it. We just have to get up there and perform. Once we're finally satisfied, I walk Memphis to the door and then head up to my room. The other thing left for me to decide is who, if anyone, I want to bring along. Oh, I know. I'll invite Dominic. No. I'd actually like to have fun tonight, which means douchenick's off the table. I'm pretty sure fun's against his religion. I mean, look at the plethora of choices I have. Well, I already mentioned it to Anne. I may as well invite her. I head over to her room and knock. She opens it a moment later, and a grin on her face when she sees me. She stands aside so I can enter. Hey, Anne. Hey, Max. What's up? Hey, I just thought I'd offer you a comp ticket to the show tonight. Oh, well, thank you, but well, I should really pack. I have a really early flight tomorrow. Oh, come on, Anne. Just check some stuff in a bag and let's go. You can sleep on the plane, right? You've been a good friend this quarter. I just want you to see me shining up on stage. Anne blesses a moment as she considers. It just seems a bit reckless. It's gonna be a show to remember. I crook an eyebrow at her in, well, what I hope is a charming gesture. Luckily, she giggles prettily, and I've had that maneuver backfire. All right, I'll come, if it means that much to you. Thanks, Anne. I think you'll have fun. It can't hurt to get you out there having fun, now can it? Well, that remains to be seen. All right, the show starts in 3 hours. I have to get there early, so you have to make your own way. Is that okay? Yeah, I can get down there, I think. Great. I'll see you there. Anne just starts to blush as I make my way out the door. I think she's just clued in that I asked her on a date. She's so damn cute. Yeah. Okay. Turn it up just a little bit. There we go. Oh no, black box on the top left screen. Go away! There we go. Back in my room, I throw together a few last minute things and then start taking it out to my van. Half an hour later, and well, I'm on my way down to the bar. There you are, jackass. You ready to rock the scene? Damn right. What about you guys? The rest of the band gives a yell, and I just unpack the gear I brought. As we go over the song list for the night, Jerry grumbles at some of our choices, but slims down. We practice a few of our rookier numbers while we get a bit of sound check down. Gaz even stays out to listen to us practice for a bit. Got our comp names and, well, wishes us luck. I can tell he's not really putting a lot of pressure on this. He probably expects the house to be empty. And that's fine. It just means we're going to rock him even harder. Finally, it's time for the curtains to go down and people to start filtering in. I'm a little worried there'll be disappointed fans of the canceled show out there, but even if there are, they're about to be new fans of us. Alright, boys and girls, it's time to do this. There are probably a lot of people out there expecting to see a mediocre college band, and this is our chance to hook them. We play this gig right, and we'll just bought ourselves a crap ton of new fans. Come on, Back Alley Flash, this house ain't gonna rock itself. You ready? Damn right we are. We were born for this. We all pound fists and take our position as the curtain rises. Finally, with the light in my eyes, I scan the crowd. I think I can make it in towards the front, but I'm too busy taking in the audience. It's not small. Hey everyone, glad you can make it out. I'd love to say you all came here to hear me talk, but I'm guessing that you came to rock the hell out, am I right? And the crowd cheers a bit. They're not quite into it yet. I rip a quick hook from our first song of the night before, leaning back into the mic. Maybe I was wrong, but I don't think so. What do you say? Do you want to hear some songs? And this time the cheers a bit louder. We'll win them over for sure. I grin at the band and Slim starts us off with a solid beat. I don't even think I can remember what happened for the next 45 minutes. It was all just a blur of hot music and hotter dancers. And by the end of the third song, just about everyone was on their feet. Gaz started the show with half-off drinks, didn't hurt anything at all. I'll have to thank him for that. And when the curtains finally dropped, the band got together in a giant group hug. We were just so ecstatic. Finally, our comps came backstage to us. Slim's giant of a boyfriend gave her a huge bear hug. Seriously, it was like watching a bear rip a willow out of the ground. Anne stayed back at first, I guess not wanting to get in our way, and after high-fiving Memphis, I hurried over. I rushed over and gave Anne a big hug. Though she pushes back against me a bit, I immediately let go and apologize. No, it's okay. I'm sorry, I just wasn't expecting it. Also, you're kind of sweaty. Sorry about that, Anne. I'm just really excited. That set was dynamite. Hey, you guys were really good. It was so much fun. Everyone was dancing and clapping. I can't believe you guys did so well. A doubter, huh? I guess you never had any faith in me, huh? Anne flashes and stammers for 30 seconds before I let her off the hook. I'm screwing with you, Anne. Breathe. I'm so sorry. Really? Yes, it's fine. I know what you mean. I can't believe we pulled it off either. You guys really were outstanding, though. Really exceptional. Thank you, Anne. Hey, we're gonna hit the floor, take a breather, and get some drinks. You wanna come with us? Hey, sorry, Max. I really do have to get my packing done. If I don't get myself ready, I'm gonna miss my flight. This was really great, though. Thank you so much for inviting me. Hey, no problem. I'm glad you liked it. Well, the hug and again, that's to me that initially sounds like not the right choice, but knowing this game, that's probably the right choice. Let me just take a nope. Okay, this is the right choice. I just wanted to double check because knowing this game, it reverses some answers sometimes and makes them not quite what they are. I raise a hand and wave goodbye. I know I'm all sweaty. Anne looks like she's considering something, and I'm not really sure what to expect when she suddenly throws her arms around me. Hey, thanks, Max. I just gently hug her back. It's no problem, Anne. She breaks away from the hug and breaks out a pen and a napkin. She quickly writes a phone number down. Here, give me a call while I'm away sometime. We'll have a talk. Sounds good. She smiles, the hint of a blush playing on her face, and then she turns to leave. I head back to the band for some more congratulations as we all head out to the floor of the bar. Gaz comps us some drinks, non-alcoholic unfortunately, and congratulates us on a great set. I can barely hear him talking about the great crowd reaction we got. I can barely hear him. How he's going to give a bigger marketing push to see if he can increase crowds the next few nights. I'm still coming down off the high of a top-notch performance. Nice job, asshole. Hey, you too, Dick. You too. This really has been a good week. Probably one of my best weeks ever. Back Alley Flash performed for standing room only crowds all week. I couldn't even invite anyone else to come watch. Kaz had dollar signs in his eyes. This is an incredible start for my band. I even managed to have a great Christmas. I called Anne at her parents' place on Christmas Day just to wish her a merry one, and we ended up talking for hours. All right, I need to double check now. Stats. 150, 100. Okay. So we're on the way because this one is... Oh, I forgot. Hers with Max is one of the ones where you can actually kind of do both and still have it be viable. I forgot about that. Regardless, technically, this is the only one I need to do. Oh, so I'm looking at this list and... Huh. Okay, there's a couple weird things on this walkthrough. I think it was just like editor comments, but there's like a full paragraph there I'm not going to read right now. Hey, nothing good lasts forever, I guess. It's time to get back to school. I have a few new classes this quarter and a few continuations from last. The continuations, luckily, are being taught by some of the same professors, so I really don't have to learn new names this quarter. I even see a few familiar faces this time. It looks like Anne is in here, and we share a quick nod as we get seated next to each other. I also notice another vaguely familiar face, a red-haired girl I feel like I've seen around before. Anne notices me looking and follows my gaze. Oh, it looks like Roxanne got into this class as well. Huh. And before I can ask more, the professor strides into the room and just throws his notes onto the table in front of him. Welcome back to all of you who didn't flunk out of 101. You're not completely brain dead. Welcome to the class where you actually get started. Although I'll be lecturing, there'll be homework. The majority of your grade this quarter is going to come from a paper due at the end of class. And of course, I'll be expecting your paper to be inclusive to the topics we've discussed in class, so don't think you can just skip my class all quarter and bullshit your way to a grade A paper. And, well, crap, that was half my plan. That being said, as some of you know, I'm a tenured professor here, which means I can indulge in more advanced classroom techniques. If you'd like to know more about it, come see me after class for an extra credit assignment. Otherwise, open your books. I don't plan on going slowly this quarter, so try to stay awake out there. And the professor drones on for the rest of the class, getting right into this new quarter's lessons. By the time the class is done, I've already got a page of notes to look over tonight. I believe I have to do this one. Yeah. And by notes, I mean a pile of unreadable drivel. I mean, ugh. I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to take paying... What? I don't know if I'm going to be able to take actually paying attention in class. Oh, I know what that is now. I don't think I'm not... I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually take actually paying attention in class. I don't know, man. I can't think. Maybe I should see what the professor's offer is. I might be able to scam my way out of doing any real work this quarter. I pack up my things along with the other students, but instead of heading out the door, I head over to the professor. Oh, hey Max. And I'm surprised to see you in this class. Well, I transferred over this quarter, actually. I heard the professor was interesting. Well, he's still a college professor. What's the worst he could do? Oh, please, I'm a tenured professor. I could order you to fight to the death, and the worst I'd get from the dean is a sigh and a frown. And he'd apologize for sighing. The professor looks over the volunteers, and other than Anne, I see a few other classmates I recognize from around the campus. Oh, is this it? I suppose I shouldn't have expected more. The professor looks at me with obvious scorn in his eyes. All right, I know some of you are here looking to skate out of my class on Easy Street. And I'm pretty sure he looked at me when he said that. I'm pretty sure he's also right. And there's no way I'm going to let you do so without a little entertainment from me. Therefore, what I'm proposing is simple. You're going to get together in groups, and there are enough of you to make 3 groups of 2. Go ahead, take a few moments and choose your partner. I'll pick up a few other students later. We all look at each other for a few moments. Anne and I look at each other, shrugging our shoulders. Suddenly, the red-haired student I could swear I'd met before comes over to me. Hello again, Max. I didn't think I'd see you in this class. Oh, yeah. Hey, Roxanne, right? You were at that Halloween party. Yes, we only spoke briefly. Nice to see you again. You as well, Max. I was actually wondering if you'd like to be my partner for this activity. Oh, I was thinking I'd pair up with my friend there. Anne looks between Roxanne and me. Yeah, I thought we'd partner up. Roxanne looks over to Anne for a moment as though she's sizing them up. I think you'll find me the superior partner for this endeavor. Wait, what? Do you know what the professor is on about? I'm a pretty good student, you know. I like how she got legitimately offended. She's like, hey, wait, bitch. And I know Max pretty well. No, I don't know what the proposed lesson is. However, I've seen what Anne is capable of, and I'm simply better. What? What? No! No! Get out of here! Mountain Blade 2, no! Get out! Alright, I fixed it. I fixed everything. It's all gonna be good forever. Well, I think it should be obvious that I'll make the better partner. Come on, Max, let's get on with the lesson. She's sassy. Well, I do love it when ladies fight over me. Hey, sorry, Roxanne, but, you know, Anne lives with me, which makes it much more convenient, you know? Plus, we're a bit rude there. I was merely stating facts. If you choose to ignore them, it's your loss. Roxanne walks over to one of the other students and I guess making her case to them. Anne smiles at me and she mouths a silent thank you while staring daggers at Roxanne. Fuck, I didn't expect that to get catty. Okay, are we all sorted? Good. Here's how it works, kiddies. Your partner and you are study buddies. Your grades are intertwined. Once all the assignments are turned in and the tests are done, you'll both get the average of your 2 grades. However, if one of you gets tired of all of that working, just come to me and ask for the answers to the final. I'll give them to you. You'll pass the class and you won't have to do any of the other work. But here's the rub. If one of you comes to me and the other doesn't, well, then the one who didn't ask for the answers will automatically fail the class. But if you both come to me, you get C's. Simple as that. Do your work together and hope you're smart enough to do it. Do you pray that your partner didn't decide to cheat, or do you just take your C's and call it a day? Chew on that. Now get out of my class. I have things to do. And with that, Professor Task just walks away from us. Most of us are left looking goggle-eyed at each other. What the hell was that? I think I just got an easy passing grade for this class. Either ways, I guess I'll have to keep an eye on Anne. Oh, I do not believe I have to do anything right now. I do not. So early in the new quarter, and I've already got a ton of work to do. It's ridiculous. My music's finally starting to get somewhere, and they saddle me with so much homework I'll never leave the house again. Which is exactly why I made my way over to the cafe. Nothing says I have to stay cooped up while I do a bit of studying. Oh, there we go. Is that going to be it for you? This will be fine, thanks, Isabella. Come back later. I'll make sure to give you a tip. No need, I've already got one. Don't hit on the waitress. She's almost certainly had it done often. And better. She winks at me if she sways away from me. Tease that she is. I've got my guitar on me, and I, figure it won't hurt to strum a bit while I eat before I start my homework. I can't imagine him having an acoustic. I believe he only has electrics, but he may have an acoustic. I don't know. I'm plucking a few chords quietly when the door opens and... Oh, it probably is an electric. He's probably just silent plucking it. I'm dumb. Max. Oh, hey, I didn't know you'd be over here. Oh, hey, Carmen. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little studying done, just trying to get to work. I totally get that. Hey, can I get you anything? And while Isabella's helping Carmen, I do my best to look busy with my studies. I really didn't come here to get bugged, so, even if I'm not actually doing my homework. Luckily, Carmen seems to take the hint, and after giving me a smile and a wave, goes over to one of the other tables to eat her food. A few hours later, I take off, feeling pretty good about how much work I've gotten done. I'm a little surprised the house is so quiet. I know it's only the first week back, but I was half expecting a big party tonight or something. I wander out of my room to grab a snack, and I guess it's going to be a quiet night. What? No, that's stupid. We're going to watch my show. My movie is not stupid. It's fantastic. I think your movie might be the one steeped in stupidity. There it is. Okay. I knew the Latin House crew wouldn't let me down. I head downstairs and sneak past the couch right towards the kitchen. It looks like Sally, Isabella, and Rakesh are arguing over what to watch on the big screen tonight. I make my way into the kitchen for that light snack while I debate if I want to join in or not. Nope. Look, I'm not trying to say you have the worst taste in movies. Okay, actually, that might be what I'm saying. Let me read back of that case again. You've read it enough. Let us just watch it and you will see how good it is. It'll be better than your silly soap operas. Soap opera? How dare you? Now you have to watch it to make up for insulting me. On second thought, maybe I was too hasty. Quiet's very underrated. I grab a few things out of the fridge and sneak my way back upstairs before any more antics can go on. I'm not really interested in getting in the middle of their fight. Sorry, I just got a little drink of water. Physics class job. Oh my god. What is... Interesting. Okay. Wait, why did I have this set up with... Why did I have so much... Oh, sorry, why do I have so much grade? Like, this is a lot of grade I have. I wonder why. There's probably a reason for it, but my tiny brain just doesn't understand it. Finally, time for a new class. I haven't actually met this professor yet. Hopefully they're easier going than my other professors are. This class looked easy on the syllabus, so I've got my fingers crossed. As the final chime sounds, the professor walks in and steps up to the podium at the front of the class. Greetings all, I'm Professor Merriweather. Welcome to Intro to Anatomy. I'm not one for standing on ceremony, and you're all here to learn, so let's get right to it, shall we? For starters, let's get a couple of you down here for an example. Any volunteers? Well, anything's got to be better than up here falling asleep. I don't sit up or anything, but I stick my hand up in the air. I certainly don't mind showing off my hot anatomy. Okay, you there. Your name? Max, ma'am. Good, good. Now come down here and stand over there. I start heading down the aisles to stand slightly to the left of the teacher. All right, let's see what else we've got. Yes, right there, Max. Okay, who else? Hey, Butch, please come down to the front of the class. And a rather small guy with thick glasses approaches the front of the classroom. I had requested to use my middle name, Terrence. Please, Professor. Wait. Your name is Butch? Are you sure that's not your older brother? And, well, the guy looks flustered, and I'll admit I'm doing my best not to smile. This is why I go by my middle name. No one ever thinks I'm a Butch. Sorry, no nicknames. But, moving on. Butch, stand to my left. Butch grumbles and just stands to her left. So, anatomy. We've all got it. This is an intro to it. I'm assuming all of you took a high school biology class, yes, so I don't have to start with the basics. These are two humans. You've got that? All right. You can never tell with the state of public schools these days. So, let's take a look at these two specimens. Two members of the same species, same gender. So, sexual dimorphism is at a minimum. Still, we see how genetics and biology affect two members of the same species. One of these specimens is clearly working on defining the muscle structure he was given a little bit better. Both should have the same anatomical parts, but you can see here how those parts have been molded by different factors. I think she just told the class I'm cut? I should be mad, but I can definitely see some of the chicks in the crowd giving me a good look over, so I guess I'll give her a pass. The professor continues on like that for most of the hour, talking about the differences between the two of us, where evolution likely played a part, what parts are most likely holdovers from our oldest times. And it probably would have been a fascinating lecture if I didn't, have to be a living doll to her to point out for the whole hour. Finally, she gestures for Butch and me to sit down. We head back to our seats, and she finishes up the lecture. When the bell rings, everyone files out a little overwhelmed. Oh, Max Butch, can you come over here a moment? I was almost out. Thanks for being my guinea pigs today. It's always nice to have volunteers, and I'm glad to see you stuck to 102, Butch. I mean, yes, well, I need the credits, Professor Merriweather. Well, I hope I can count on you both to volunteer to help me in the future. Hey, you just told a room full of hot co-eds what a stud I am. You need any more help like that, you let me know. I'm always happy to stud. That was not at all the point of my lecture, young man. You should probably have paid closer attention. But at least you'll be interacting. I know your type well. You can probably use the extra credit. All right, go on. I'll see you next time. That's fucking brutal. I think if a teacher ever told me that, I'd just be like, oh, yes, ma'am. As we leave, Butch gives me a long-suffering sigh. I know what he means. It's going to be a long quarter. I know your type. You could probably use the extra credit. She just called me a moron. Alright, I think that's everything off my reading list for the quarter. The Brain for Dummies, Idiot's Guide to Anatomy, my big book of the body. She really doesn't think much of us, does she? Well, at least that's all done. It's time to head home and get down to reading them, I guess. So then I totally sacked him. Must have sent him flying like 40 feet, right? And then he gets up and he's all like, hey, where's my bed? I think I need a nap. And then even more long-suffering laughter. And wow, apparently Chad and Isabella are out on the town as well. I have no idea what she sees in that jerkwad. Like, seriously. Maybe this is a chance to find out. But then again, there's no need to be a stalker. Nah. You know what? I'm just going to stay home. Whatever she sees in Chad's no business of mine. After all, I could just always ask her. I head back to the Latin house and hole up in my room with my basic anatomy books. I probably shouldn't tell anyone that there's some good info in some of these books. Later that evening, I hear Isabella and Sally coming through the door, laughing about something. I guess something happened out there today. Oh. It's a quiet afternoon as I head back to my room from the bathroom. I wonder if everyone else has gone somewhere. Oh, no, Mama. Mis clases van bien. Well, I guess not. Isabella's door's open, and it looks like she's putting away laundry while she talks to her mom, I guess? And once again, I apologize. My Spanish is terrible. Los muchachos me tratan bien. Me estoy divirtiendo aquí. Ah, sí, estoy trabajando muy duro en mis estudios. Tienen bien programa para maestros aquí. She's obviously pretty deep in conversation. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know if I should bother her. And of course, just as I'm thinking that, that's when she makes eye contact. Luckily, she smiles and waves at me. I'm still not sure if I should go in or not. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. I just simply waved back to her and moved down the hallway towards my room. I'm a bit curious on what she was saying, but I guess I can just ask her later on. For now, I think it's just time to chill in my room for a while. Yeah, these weeks kind of go by fast when you're not doing every event, which is fine. Like, I've done, 8 ends at this point in time? I've done a lot of ends. No, I've done 9 ends at this point in time. So yeah, one more. Oh, let's start it. Well, every third commercial on TV is about diamond jewelry, so it must be getting close to Valentine's Day. Honestly, I might just try my best to ignore it this year. Hey, bro. Memphis, man, what's up? I didn't know you were even coming over. Yeah, well, I need your help. You're occasionally useful outside of your ability to sing. Only occasionally, mind you. Yeah, Dick. What do you need? Come into town with me. I want to try to pick up a present. I want your opinion. What do you need my help for? I may be infinitely smoother with ladies than you, but God, you're no slouch. Keep living that dream world, boy. Come on, I think you might be able to help out. Wait, are you shopping for someone here? One of my roommates? Damn, man, I know you think she's fine, but I didn't think you were this into her. What, a man can't make a romantic gesture once in a while? Some ladies are worth a bit of effort, man. You'll understand eventually. Fine. I'll come out to town, if only to get you to shut up for a bit. Good enough. Let's roll. You're driving. Yeah. What if she said no? It ruins the entire thing. The trip into town is easy enough. There aren't a lot of stores right around campus, but I remember the bookstores having a pretty decent selection of items other than just books. And we just call it the bookstore because it's where we get our books, but they actually carry all kinds of stuff. Parking is always a nightmare, but we managed to get into the store to start looking. So, what do you think I should get? How should I know what you should get? Just help me find something appropriate for a nice girl. Don't go finding some stupid magazine about butts or whatever. What? Better homes and asses is an honored favorite among the ladies. Just shut your face and help. We poke around the aisles for a bit, looking for the right gift. Memphis and I separate after a few minutes as I go to try and find something of my own to buy. I mean, as long as I'm here, I may as well try to get something. It might be nice to have a Valentine. I feel stupid even thinking that. Ugh. Anyways, what to get? I believe I should stick with books, but which one? This guy. I mean, good enough. Hopefully they'll like the old poem book. Memphis is also hard at work. I mean, every once in a while he'll hold up some gift and I'll either nod or shake my head. He's being very indecisive, though. It's almost not like him. I guess whoever she's gotten under his skin. That's an interesting purchase. Jeez. Hey, Roxanne, you snuck up on me. Well, I certainly didn't mean to startle you. I just noticed you out here. Roxanne looks to the purchase in my hands and she raises an eyebrow. Shopping for yourself? Well, actually, it's for someone else. I see. How thoughtful. She's really hard to read. I don't know if she's upset or just analyzing me. So I don't know what she could be upset over. So, has Anne betrayed you yet? What? For Professor Task's class, I've informed my partner that if he even is slightly tempted to go to the professor to tell me, so we can make a better arrangement. Then again, Anne's perfectly capable of studying on her own. I'm sure you're just waiting for the right opportunity to get all the answers for the test, aren't you? Hey, neither of us has betrayed anybody. Thank you very much. I'm not such a slacker that I'd screw over her grade. Of course not. Not when you can just let her do all the work. Or you can get those answers and make her think you had simply done really well on your test. How would she know the difference? Perhaps earn some respect from her? That's not going to happen. Roxanne just smirks at me. I know what you're trying to do. Fill me with doubt. It's not going to work. Roxanne's smirk just grows wider. And of course it isn't. Roxanne smiles at me, but it's a smile without warmth. It's calculated. And as she leaves, I can't help but shake my head. Sure, there's some doubts, but I can't lose faith in Anne yet. Hey, Max, you think you got what you need? Yeah, I think I'm good here. Hey, who was that? Just a classmate. What'd you end up getting? Oh, I just ended up getting a book I think she'll like. Nothing too intense. Wait a whower, Casanova. Oh, shut up. You can't show up to the first date with a diamond ring. You may as well start carving her name in your arm with little hearts around it. It's creepy. Uh-huh. Whatever. Come on, let's get out of here. I think that's all for this week. Yeah, that's all for this week. I can't believe Professor Task asked us to fill out a dating site questionnaire. It's like I need help getting play from stupid website. I don't even know what kind of stupid thing he's trying to teach us with this one. Whatever, I'm home. Time to get some rest. Just maybe do a little studying. Hey guys, I'm home. Finally, Max, can you do me a favor? Grab me a glass of water. Do not do it, Max. It is a filthy trick. What the hell? Dominic and Rakesh were sitting on the kitchen table, staring each other dead in the eyes. Each has a look of intense concentration on their face. Neither will look away from the other, and I think it may be a staring contest. Are you kidding me? Look, it's not a trick. I'm just thirsty, and I'm not going to lose. No, you will tip the glass at me. This is a no-holds-barred test of the iron wills of men. You'll do anything to win. Do not assist him. Ugh, so much for rest. Nope. Really? A staring contest? What are you guys, 13? Spoken like a man who loses staring contests. You do not have the iron and indomitable will of the Titans, Max. Feel free to leave this contest of wits and strength. Agreed. Leave us, Lackey. Wait, Lackey, wits and strength? You're staring at each other. It would take more wits and strength to have a doily-making contest. Side note, up yours, douchenick. I'm out. And so our battle continues uninterrupted, my worthy opponent. I see your resolve is weakening. I will not be undone by a little thirst, Rakesh. Less talk, more staring. This place is weird sometimes. I think there's one on Saturday. Yeah. I'm shocked, man. Shocked. You front a band, for crap's sake, and then you screw up a karaoke number? I will murder you, Memphis. That machine was busted. The pitch was all wrong. It's a poor craftsman that blames his tools, Max. See, the lady knows. Then both of you can shut up. I didn't see either of you doing better. And I say again, you front a band. I don't have to sing well. I just have to look pretty. And I certainly never claimed to be able to sing. Whatever. That's done. I'll see you at the next practice, Memphis. All right. Night, guys. Night, Memphis. I had fun, too. Once you get back inside, Anne stretches and yawns. Hey, thanks for inviting me out with your band, Max. I had a lot of fun. Hey, no problem. Me too. I think I'm going to call it a night. All right. I'm going to grab a snack and maybe watch TV. I lay out on the couch and turn it on. Just as I'm wondering what I'm going to watch, I hear thumping behind me on the stairs. Sally comes barreling down at me, holding Vegemite in her hands. She puts a finger to her lips with a shh and goes past the stairs to the laundry room, closing the door behind her. Yeah, nope. Ah, sorry, I actually had to yawn there. Whatever's going on, it's trouble. I've just had a fun night out with friends, so I don't think trouble's on tonight's menu. I lay low on the couch and turn off the TV. Maybe if I just sit here in the dark, the trouble will blow over. A few minutes later, I hear more thumping down the stairs and someone breathing heavily. And just as I think they're about to go away, Dominic's head comes poking around the couch. Oh, Max, didn't know you'd come home. Have you seen Sally? Not really, I just got home. And then he just takes off again. And I go to my room. Hopefully it'll blow over by morning. Give me one moment. I'm going to take a drink really quick. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and continue. I think tonight I'm supposed to study for Professor Task's class with Anne. Everyone's caught up in their own study tonight, though, so it should be pretty easy to get some work done. Oh, jeez. I know passing this class is really important to Anne. I just don't know how well I'm going to be able to keep up with her. I believe I should play this one. Yeah, right? Yeah. I stretch a bit as I head down to the hall into Anne's door. Luckily, the door is already open. Hey, Anne, do you want to get started? Oh, yeah, hey, Max. Let's go downstairs. We can use the study nook. Sounds good. Together, we head over to the study nook and settle in to hit the books. Anne's doing well, and we really hit a groove studying for a while. Studying is always nicer with a pretty lady around, and I'm almost surprised I'm keeping up. And just as I feel like we're getting into a particularly nasty bit of the chapter, Anne's book snaps shut. Hey, what's up? I have to ask, Max, have you gone to the professor yet to take his deal? No, I haven't gone yet. Well, why? I know you're not really interested in studying. This just seems like your kind of thing. I don't know. What is my reason? I believe the correct answer. Yeah, I just haven't really thought about it. I noticed the... Let's put that back up. Honestly, it's just never really crossed my mind. I mean, that's not how you're supposed to get through college. I mean, that's not how you're supposed to get through college, right? Hey! That's the right attitude, Max. I knew you had a good student in you. So, should we get back to work? Yeah, sounds good. So we studied for a while longer, and with no more talk about the professor's tactic. Finally, we tackled the last chapters and a couple of others beside. We both stand, stretch, and start putting our books up. I hear a rustling in the kitchen and notice Dominic coming out with a soda in one hand and a book in the other. Didn't even notice him come down. Thought, where's my mouse? There it is. Hey, don't mind me. Carry on. He walks over to the couch and sits down, opening his book. Alright, I think that's going to do it for me. Hey, I'll clean up down here. Hey, thanks. Anne walks back upstairs while I pick up the area around where we were just studying. And once it's all clean, I go sit next to Dominic on the couch just to relax. Hey, I overheard you talking earlier. I don't think you could get enough relationship points with him to even get 100, even though I know you don't have a story with him anyways. I'm actually a little bit proud of you. Don't go telling anyone. Oh, I'm going to spread it from the mountaintops. It's going to be the first chapter of my tell-all book, Sex, Drugs, and Dominic's Approval. How it made me the man I am today. Ugh, just leave me out of the credits page, jackass. Nope, full glossy picture. I'm even going to put a big lipstick kiss mark on it. Wait, how do you know about this whole betrayal thing? Oh, a couple other people from your class are in on it. They've got my physics class. Tasks does this every couple of years. One of my friends was, well, when I was in undergrad, went through it. Did he get betrayed? He did the betraying, actually. He had a really hard course load at the time, and it made his life much easier. Of course, he made a lifelong enemy as well. Something to think about, eh? I nodded slowly, mulling that one over in my head. This could end up being very dangerous. Whew, glad I went shopping after all. Valentine's Day is here, and now I guess it's just a matter of figuring out if I want to make a big deal out of it or not. It's a pretty nice day out, actually, and the weather really cleared up. Made for a nice walk back to the dorm while I just figure things out. As I enter Latin house, I can hear all kinds of noises. It sounds like everyone's home at least. I head up to my room for a moment while I decide what I want to do. Well, of course I want to play the event. Yep. And I suppose there's no point in waiting around. There's no time like the present, after all. Really, the only question is, who should I try to find? I knock on Anne's door, but she's not there. Honestly, I'm not really sure where'd she'd go. I pass Rakesh coming upstairs as I go poking through the house. Luckily, as I turn not at him, not hello at him, I catch a glimpse of Anne. She's nestled in the study nook, 3 books out on the table in front of her and a notepad in her lap. She's so studious it hurts, but it's kind of endearing. Hey, you're going to have every book in the library memorized at this rate. That'd be great. I'd really be able to ace my classes then. You don't let up, do you? What's going on? Oh, just an extra credit assignment. I have to do a bit of debating. It's pretty fun, actually. What's up with you? Oh, well, it's Valentine's Day. I was just thinking of you. Oh, that's sweet, Max. It's not much, but I picked this up for you. It's a collection of poems by Lord Byron. They're pretty good. I thought you might like them. Oh my gosh, he's one of my favorites. I love his poems. Oh, how did you know, Max? Such a great present. Thank you so much. Honestly, I don't know that I've ever seen Anne get this giddy before. Looks like I picked the right one. Yeah, lemons. This was so sweet, Max. I can't thank you enough. Oh, I can think of actually, I'm just happy to see you happy. I know that sounds incredibly sappy, but I kind of meant it. Wait, did you, Max, actually stop yourself from saying something sleazy? Who are you and what have you done with Max? Oh, shut up. Anne puts my gift down carefully on the table beside her. Actually, I'm happy. I've always seen that there is more to you than the creep you sometimes portray yourself as. You've even been doing well in your studies, despite claiming not to care. You're a smart man, Max. Well. Anne stands up from her seat, walking over to stand close to me. No, Max, I meant it. You're a smart man. And when you put your mind to it, you can accomplish a lot. I saw the way you played that night on stage, how electric you were. Well, that is my kind of element. In your own way, Max, you've taught me something. You've taught me that, you've taught me that I don't have to be tied up in a world of studies, that I can have a life and a GPA. See, this is how they should have been standing last time. But no, Anne was behind him and it was kind of very awkward. Maybe it's just because of her height? I don't know. Anne's standing right next to me now, looking up into my eyes. She's beautiful. I instinctively reach out my arms to put them around her waist. I do keep telling you to pull your head out of your books once in a while. Anne's eyes just sparkle as she smiles up at me. Oh, I think I may have found something to distract me from my books. And quicker than I expected, as though she'd been steeling herself for it, Anne's lips are on mine. Her eyes are closed, and it's just so sweet I can't help but kiss her back. It's a long and hard kiss, with more passion than I would have expected from shy little Anne. I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. And finally, we let go. Wow, a girl does always appreciate knowing she can leave a boy speechless. And she just giggles, and I can't help but laugh. I let her go, and she walks back over to her seat. I appreciate you, Max, a lot. Me too. Hey, do you want to go out sometime? I like that. I grin and nod, backing away from the study nook. I'll let you get back to studying, Anne. Hey, talk to you later? Oh, yes, Max. Later. I turn around and head back up the stairs to my room to think about what just happened. Is there one today? There shouldn't be one today. That's probably just one of the things. Just another day of crappy homework assignments. So you just have to show your work here, see? Don't forget to use these variables down here. Yeah, okay, I think I get it. Hey, thanks, Anne. Sorry to call you in for this sort of crap. Oh, don't worry about it, Max. I'm always happy to help. Besides, you don't have to make up excuses just to see me. I can't help but grin at that one. Something outside catches her attention. Oh, one moment. I do apologize about that. There was someone at my door. Something outside catches her attention. Oh my gosh, so cute! I turn my head in the direction of the window to see. And down the driveway, I see Sally and Memphis walking off down the road. Anne is clearly rooting for them, but just smiles at me as she leaves me alone with my... Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. I thought I accidentally skipped one. Hey, thanks, Anne. I guess I can't go chasing after them just yet, much as I'd like to ditch all this stupid homework. Oh well. Week 13. I'm actually progressing really fast. I wonder if it's faster because my throat feels better, or if we're faster because this one has less wordy dialogue. I don't know. I notice a lot of the dialogue's kind of the same, to be honest. I believe... Wait. This is okay, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm reading right now. I'm reading today, week 13, Tuesday. And I had to double check that I was on the Max and Anne one. But it says, promise to help Sally take care of the puppy. +5, and in quotes, only if you've gotten to 70 points or higher in your relationship with Anne. So it's a mandatory event for Anne, whereas for Anne with Max, it was not. But it's also gated behind the fact that you have to have at least 70. Interesting. I barely got the door open when I hear yelling from upstairs. Well, what did you expect was going to happen? You know the rules, Sally. Oh, crap. I hope this isn't what I think it is. Come on, Dominic. Maybe I should get up there. Sally's gonna need backup. I close the door behind me and run upstairs. It looks like everyone else was home, too, as we're all watching the scene in the hall. Dominic is yelling at poor Sally while she clings to Vegemite. No, Sally, you know the rules. I walked you through them just like I walked everyone else through them. No pets allowed. It's rule number 2 for crying out loud. Oh yeah, because we've never broken a rule before. That's not helping your case, Sally. So what, you're just gonna kick me out of the house because I didn't want to see a poor puppy freeze on the street? One way or another, that dog is leaving this house, Sally. If you want to go with him, I'm not gonna stop you. Don't blow a gasket, douchenik. What's the big deal here anyways? Both Sally and Dominic seem surprised to see me standing at the top of the stairs. Stay out of this, Max. This is a violation and I have to deal with this as Latin House's RA. And by now, Sally is just flat out crying. The others leave their rooms. Isabella gives me a nod hello and then leans over towards my ear. Ugh, poor Sally. Dominic came home early and caught her bringing Vegemite back from his walk. There's no way to back out of it now. I nod to Isabella as Dominic continues to chew out Sally. Can't believe you'd be so irresponsible, not to mention so inconsiderate to your fellow housemates. Did you even take their feelings into account when you decided to bring that dog in here? What if they were allergic? I mean, I'm not allergic at all. Anyone else? Everyone else just shakes her head while Dominic frowns. Regardless, What about the mess, Or the disturbance to your studying? I don't think Vegemite's ever disturbed my studying. You guys? And we all shake our heads no. Oh, I know what you're trying to do. No, it's not going to work. Damn it, she broke the rules. The dog's gotta go. Oh, please, Dushanik. We all know you'd never report this infraction. You wouldn't want the mark on your record. I want that to be Isabella's thing, is just every once in a while just, ha! You know what? You two delinquents, shut it. I know you knew about this violation and didn't report it, so don't think you're not on my watch list. Sally is actually a very responsible pet owner, Dominic. Don't you feel you're being a bit, hard on her? I'm sorry, but these are rules. How am I supposed to tell the housing committee? Oh, sorry. I thought that rule was just a suggestion. I do not believe it's strictly necessary that you inform the housing committee. He's right. Nobody says you have to tell them. They're right. You just keep this under wraps, It's not like we're going to go blabbing about it. Yeah, threaten to leave. Yeah, you leave too. This is bullshit, and you know it, douchenick. We've had alcohol, we've partied late, and I can't think of a stupid rule on that list we haven't broken. Oh, seriously? That we've committed crimes, so we're just going to keep doing it? It's not a defense. Why would you think it is? It's not a federal prison, Dominic. It's a dorm. We're college kids. We're practically required to break the rules. Not me. You know what? Fine. You're so worried about it disturbing our study and leaving a mess. I volunteer to make sure that doesn't happen. What? No, that's not the point. I can take care of Vegemite just fine, thank you very much. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I'll make sure he stays out of trouble while you study. Come on, Dom, you already know my grades are a waste. And that way, you have nothing to be concerned about. That should rather neatly answer your concerns, Dominic. Rakesh is just like, oh, fuck, yeah, but his grades aren't important at all, shit. Listen, you're not 6, and you don't get to keep him just because you promised to take him on walkies every day. He's not allowed. Oh, yes, if Max keeps an extra eye on him, then it shouldn't be a problem at all. It would be useful to have an extra set of eyes on him. Yes, I think that fixes everything, Max. Listen to me! And everyone in the room just turns to glare at Dominic. I'd laugh if it weren't supposed to be a serious moment. Fine. Do what you want. What am I? Just the RA. Who even cares? I think this is an interesting gate in the fact that you aren't allowed to do this event and have it count for Anne unless you have at least 70. That's weird. Everyone but Dominic lets out a cheer at that. I mean, I don't need a college education. When they kick me out, I'm sure I'll find a very nice bridge to die under. Oh, stop being such a drama queen. And we all laugh as Sally puts Vegemite down on the carpet and finally lets him explore the house as freely as he wants. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen one gated behind that kind of a restriction before. Oh, there's another weird one later on. So at the volleyball section, if you win, Anne is your partner, and you have a low relationship that's under 40, you get +5. Otherwise, you feel good knowing that you won. What is the chances of you being a partner with her? I've never seen that before. Can you actually... Hold on. Like, can you actually be a partner with her? Is there like an RNG in there somewhere that lets you be her partner? Oh, I don't know. Wait, we're doing what? You called everyone together, right? Yeah, they're going to meet us down at Lander's building. But none of us knew what this was about. You didn't tell us we were having some stupid battle of the bands. I grabbed us some tickets the day after we went shopping for Valentine's. And you didn't tell me that she'd gotten them? I don't tell you when I take a dump either, yet it happens all the same. This is why I write the lyrics. Fine. Come on, let's go. Hang on, have you seen my car keys? Are you kidding me? Interesting. This isn't important to either Max's or their storyline. That is fascinating. You would think this is like a very key one. Strange. Do I look like I'm kidding? I put them down here somewhere and I can't find them. You are the worst person in the world. I want you to know that. I can't believe I lost the keys to my van. Memphis and I turned the house upside down looking for them. And by the time we find them clanking around in the washing machine downstairs, it's already way too late to make any kind of impression. Memphis calls the rest of the band while glaring daggers at me. Oh, I'm going to pay for this later. Alrighty. Okay, now I think I could start calming down on the rational. Like, I can probably swap this one over to organized, which is bam. Because Anne's organized is going to jump to 3. That's going to jump to 2. And I'm already almost at 2 anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and... there we go. Because I only need a little bit more. So that's fine.
Week 14.
So that's what my tuition money's
Rakesh,
going for.
come on, Max.
What?
I want self-voicing disabled.
What? What? No. What? What? Excuse me?
Self-voicing enabled. Self-voicing disabled.
What? Okay, one moment. I literally have 100 hours put into this game. And I have never accidentally hit V before while in this game.
Max, I'm coming. Self-voicing disabled.
Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, no. I was curious how bad it was. Pretty bad. Oh my god. Come on, Max. I want you to see this. I'm coming. I chuckle as we move through the trees, and Rakesh just looks so excited. I guess it's rubbing off. Rakesh had come to get me almost the second I'd left class. It was about time for lunch, though, so I had about an hour. He led me to the park without saying much else, just that he was happy I was free for a bit. And finally we hit a clearing and I watched him spread his arms very theatrically. On the ground is a rather elaborate and incredibly put together picnic lunch. Holy cow, you set all this up? Well, I may have purchased a few of the things in the basket, but otherwise... Crap, I wish you told me, Rakesh. I already made plans for lunch for lunch to study with Anne. And Rakesh's face falls terribly. I feel really bad, but this was such a surprise. Oh, I understand, Max. Dude, I'm so sorry. Really? It's okay, go on. I do not wish to interrupt your plans. I just wanted to know your opinion on the setup anyways. In that case, bro, it's great. You're sure to impress. I wave goodbye as I make my way back to campus, and Rakesh seems pleased at my praise. Is this... No, it's not. What? You better not have said what I think you just said. I mean, I was trying to get an early night, but Isabella's screaming snapped me awake. Last I remember, she was supposed to be hanging out with Chad tonight. I guess their date went pretty well. Maybe we all got lucky and Chad finally did something stupid enough to get kicked to the curb. A quick look at my clock shows it's pretty late. I wonder if I should see what's going on. Isabella's calmed down a little bit, so I really can't make out what they're saying from here. But then again, it'd feel like a lot like I'm snooping in on her personal business. I should probably leave them alone to work out their issues. I put my head back down and tried to cover my ears with a pillow. A few minutes later, I could hear a thumping noise as somebody large went down the stairs and out the door. After that, things were quiet again and I could get back to sleep. The next morning, I ran into Isabella at the dining room table, slowly eating breakfast. She looked awful, like she'd been crying all night. Hey, are you okay? It's fine, Max. Are things okay with Chad? I'll thank you, not to mention the name of that asshole again. I just quickly throw up my hands defensively and back away into the kitchen. I guess it didn't go so great last night after all. I may have wanted Chad out, but I didn't want Isabella hurt so bad by it. Excuse me. There we go. And there we go. This is Friday. This is not Saturday. Everyone's covered in green today. Heck, everything is. Except for me, but that's okay. Don't get me wrong, I love St. Patty's Day. If you're going to make up a holiday for getting drunk's about as good as it gets. But you know the old rules, if you're not wearing any green, you get a pinch. And nothing invites the ladies to get a little touchy-feely like an excuse to give a cute stud a pinch. I've already gotten a few co-eds eager to pinch the non-believer. At any rate, I'm sure the folks at Aladdin House are planning some kind of big blow-up bash, regardless of Dominic's desires, of course. I've been in my room the last few hours, wondering if I want to try to sneak out before it gets started. You know what? Yeah. I can definitely find a much wilder party than Douchenick would let us throw here. I briefly consider seeing if Isabella wants to come too, but ultimately she'd just slow me down. And before the house can really get active, I slip out and hurry down the street. Tonight should be a lot of fun. I believe there's one here. Yes, that's why I need your help, Max. I cannot paint all these flowers by myself in one night. Wait. Is there 2 today? I'm confused. I already told you I have plans for tonight, though, right? I'd have to skip out on Anne. You probably shouldn't be painting those flowers at all, you know. They're in a park, Rakesh. Isn't that illegal? I am nearly positive that it would be viewed as a public service. Unfortunately, I really do have to meet with Anne tonight. We have to put the last touches on our final essay soon. Rakesh sighs and puts on a small domino mask. I suppose it cannot be helped then. That boy's gonna get him some serious trouble. Still, I don't know if it's worth missing tonight's session with Anne. Yeah, okay. I remember. This one's the backwards one. Godspeed, you ridiculous man. I have to get Rakesh out of my head for now. Anne's coming over. I've actually been trying to put together my half of the opinions for our essay, and it's not been going well. Hopefully Anne's been doing a better job of things. I almost feel bad about it. And just as I think about going upstairs to knock on Anne's door, I hear a knock coming from the front door. I open it just a crack to see Roxanne standing out in front of our stoop. On our front stoop, my bad. Looking slightly put out, like she always does. Roxanne, hi, what brings you here? I was told this is where Dominic, the TA, lives. I missed an assignment and he was supposed to provide me with a replacement. Oh, yeah, this is the place, alright. He's our RA, too. Hang on, I'll go get him for you. I walk away from the door, gesturing towards the couch for Roxanne to take a seat. Hey, douchenick, you got a pretty redhead up front asking for your phone number. I watch Roxanne's face for a reaction, but other than just rolling her eyes, she doesn't give me anything. Just back to ignoring me as usual. I head back over to the kitchen table where my notes are spread out, and I figure I'll let Roxanne clear out before I call Anne down. You're quite spread out. What class is that for? And she always has that mildly disapproving tone. But I guess now I'm good enough to talk to. It's Professor Tasks. Anne and I were going to finish up prep tonight. Is that all I should expect out of her? Well, maybe now it's my turn to carry the conversation. So, did you ever get a good partner? Yes, my partner and I are doing quite well, thank you. I have no doubt we'll pass with flying colors. As long as we're here, I must simply ask, why wouldn't you have chosen me as your study partner? Wait, really, has this been bothering you? I would not say it's been bothering me, I'm simply curious. I'm clearly superior to Anne in academics. What could your reasoning be? You really think you're a better bookworm than Anne? I find that pretty hard to believe. I mean, she's got a great head on her shoulders in more ways than one, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, I do, yes. But think I can academically outperform Anne. Listen, I'm not saying I'm unaware of myself. I realize I'm not the easiest person to get to know. But none of that should matter when working on a project like this. This is a test of pure scholastic quality, and in that I am incredibly well versed. What drove you to choose Anne? What made them the clear choice? I look away from Roxanne's gaze for a few moments. Well, it sounds dumb, but I wanted to impress Anne. I know when we started this, she was thinking she was going to have to carry me through the assignment. I wanted the chance to show her that I could hold my own, that I could actually hack this sort of thing. I don't know how well I'm going to succeed at it, the student thing, but at least I tried. And I think I might be a better student for it, all things considered. Roxanne scowls at my answer and looks away again. I guess she didn't like something in my answer. Yeah. Aggressive slurp. And more importantly, the point is that I am Max's partner. I look over towards the stairs in surprise. Dominic and Anne are coming down the stairs, both with a bunch of papers in hand. I almost pressed V again. Evening, Dominic. Here's the assignment. Wow. Let me just... one moment. There we go. Evening, Roxanne. Here's the assignment. Do you need me to go over anything with you? Yes, there are a few things I need clarification on. We should go somewhere quieter as not to disturb these two. Anne and Roxanne glare at each other for a few moments, and, well, Anne glares and Roxanne just stares in that icy way she does. Roxanne and Dominic head back upstairs, looking over the assignment he'd given her. Did you hear us? Only a bit, really. Don't worry about it. That sounds like the face of someone who's about to murder someone in the night. And finally, with all the distracting people out of the way, it's time for Anne and I to get down to business. That sounds like a murderer. Why didn't... Here, I'll do that. Because my rational didn't go up at all. Oh. It's starting to get really nice outside. The weather's been nice and warm lately. It's pretty much the perfect finals week. With spring break only a week away, I'm having a hard time concentrating on my schoolwork. Not that I was thinking a lot about it beforehand, but come on. Hit the beach with all those hotties in bikinis? It's going to be a good break. I've got a book in my lap, but my attention keeps wandering and I keep staring around the quad. Okay. That's how I noticed Professor Task walking by me, which got me thinking about his extra credit assignment. I wonder if Anne's already gone to see him, and I begin wondering if I should go see him. The professor is almost through the quad, and I could still catch him if I want, but I'm not sure if I want to. And then I just watch Professor Task disappear into one of the buildings. I really don't want to betray Anne. I don't even want the temptation of talking to Professor Task. I really hope Anne hasn't betrayed me. But at least I'll know I kept up my end. I return to the book in my lap, but after a few minutes later, my attention is wandering again. I look up at the building Professor Task just went into and see Anne coming out. That doesn't bode well. But there's nothing I can do about it. I go back to studying again and just hope for the best. How many events? Oh my god, there's so many events this week. Wait, you want me to do what? Oh my god. Please, Max, Sally is all worked up about this thing today, and I'm worried about the scene might get ugly. I'm already stuck here fielding calls from the housing authority about student involvement. Apparently Sally went down to the science building earlier to join a bunch of other students in protesting. What exactly are they protesting? I don't know. I'm paid to keep you people from burning the house down, not to watch your every movement. Can you please just go check up on her for me? Dude, I'm supposed to have a meeting with my advisor this afternoon. So, yes. This is strange. Oh, dogs are barking. Just give me one brief moment. Okay. Come on, I'll pull some strings and make sure your advisor sees you tomorrow. Ugh, one moment. And I'm back. Oh, alright, you crybaby. Jeez. While you're getting me favors, see if you can't get me one of those flat screens for my room. Just go, you dick. I head out the door and over to the science building, and when I get there, there's a crowd of maybe 30 people all holding signs and murmuring. The crowd doesn't seem ugly, but they seem disgruntled. I can see a few campus security officers overlooking the crowd. I wonder where Sally is in all this. Are we going to stand for this? And right on cue, Sally is standing on a box of some kind at the front of the crowd, speaking into a microphone. When I found out they were doing testing on animals here at our school, I sent out the call for action. And I'm really happy that you all answered that call. But now we need to send up a different call, a call to stop the atrocities happening right inside this building. And the crowd cheers for her. Hefting their signs high, I can see the security guards getting restless. A few of them are reaching towards their belts. It's not that they have anything on their belts, with school rules apparently forbids actual weapons. Still, I mean, one of the idiots probably has an itchy pepper spraying finger. I make my way to the front of the crowd and wave to Sally. And that's why we cannot stop our clarion call until these monsters have given up all the tests they're doing on animals in there. Are you with me? And then the crowd cheers again, while I try to get Sally's attention. Whoop, there we go. And that's what I thought. And if those cowards don't get out here soon, then we're going to have to bust in there and free those animals ourselves. This is just wrong. Oh, geez, sorry. The crowd cheers again, even louder this time. The security guards are definitely getting nervous. I frantically wave Sally over as she finally gets off her box. Oh, Max, hey, I'm happy you came. Well, I actually came because Dominic asked me to check up on you. Not that I wouldn't have come anyways, but you never emailed me. I didn't know it was happening. And you know I love to rouse a good rabble. Oh, well, I'm still happy you came. So, how did this all start? Right, you won't believe it. I was on the campus message board and I read a post that stated they were doing testing on animals today. A message board post? Really? Yeah, the guy must have been a scientist because he said it was going to be really hard to deal with. He said he's expecting a lot of suffering. They're testing on suffering animals. I can't stand for that, Max. Sally, I don't know about this message board. That's not a lot to go on. Are you sure something's actually happening in there? Well, answer me this. If nothing is happening there, then how come they refuse to let us in and see? Maybe because there are about 30 angry people out here? Yeah, 30 angry people about all the lies. Why would they let us in? Probably because there's an entire angry mob. We're angry about their lies! Look, are you with me or against me here? I've already had to tell those stupid Rennet cops they're perfectly in our rights. Don't you start on me too. Let me do some research. Look, Sally, I'm not against you. But this all seems really weird and hasty. Let me just look into this a bit more. Maybe I can find something you can use against them, okay? Just promise not to charge it until I'm back, alright? Alright, fine. Just hurry. I can't stand anything for those animals in trouble. I run home with all my might, and I know if I don't hurry, someone's going to do something stupid. And as soon as I'm in the door, I hurry to Anne's room, pounding on the door. Oh, hey Max, what's up? Hey, Sally's protesting some kind of animal torture at the science building, but I think something's funny is going on. Help me look this stuff up. What? Why me? Anne looks panicked. I mean, it's probably because I rushed up here all out of breath. Sorry, Anne, it's just... You're pretty much the best researcher at this whole school. I couldn't think of anything better to look into this than you. Anne blushes cutely and then just gestures for me to come in. You're such a charmer. And once I've explained the situation, I watch Anne frantically typing her way through the college's message boards. Let's see, here we go. Found the original message. Starting testing on animals today. I hate it. So much suffering, but it's all in the name of science. We've got the grant. Better make use of it. What grant is this? I watch her track through a few more news sites until she finally steps on an article and reads a few moments before slapping her palm to her face. Oh, I know what the grant was for. Here, let me email you the article. Show it to Sally. I think it'll clear this up. Anne sighs as if she's just read something really stupid. And I thank her for her help and rush out the door. One moment, I'm just gonna... Back at the protest, I can see I'm just in time. Up in front of the door to the science building, I can see Sally bullying a short guy with glasses who, well, seems to be from the science building. Seems familiar, but I can't place him right now. This is your last chance, Butch. Come clean about your hideous experiments. I'm telling you, there are no hideous experiments in here. Everything here is perfectly safe and approved. Oh, like I'm going to believe you when there's suffering going on. Actually, Sally... Oh, Max, come on. Let's force this little weasel to open up. And before she can say another word, I shove the article into her hands, and she looks at me inquisitively but starts reading it. Butch leans over the paper and nods understanding. Oh, yeah, that pretty much explains what's going on in there. But can you see why we don't want to discuss it? And then turns to the audience with her megaphone up. False alarm, people. Go home. Nothing to see here. Scram! And then she drops the microphone and runs off, whispering a quiet thanks to me as she passes me. I hope she gets over this. Her heart was in the right place, but oh well. Butch scratches his head, equally embarrassed, and just wanders back into the building. For my part, I hurry after Sally. Maybe I'll treat her to a lunch. And I like how you actually still do not know what's going on unless you did the approach where you just barge in there. You literally don't know what's going on in there unless you do Sally's run, which is so fascinating to me. I love it. Thursday. This one's not one of the ones I have to do, thankfully. I've got finals all week, and yet I still feel like I have a ton more studying to do. Everyone in Latin House is hard at work trying to get their last study sessions in. Isabel's been locked up in a room since dawn. Sally's barely outside to walk her dog. And even Rakesh is... Well, as I look into Rakesh's room, I'm actually not sure what Rakesh is doing. He appears to be doing a kind of headstand on his books. Rakesh, I think you get less money from the student bookstore if you ruin the book. And unfortunately, I think I startled Rakesh as he crashes to the ground. I briefly consider running before he recognizes me. I'm going to skip it. And the more I consider it, the more it sounds like a good idea. Who's there? I just don't say anything and start to slink off. What he doesn't know can't hurt him. Must have been the wind. I breathe a sigh of relief and head to my room for some studying. Professor Task's final is grueling. I swear he's never even hinted at half of these concepts before. I try to peek at my study partner to see if they're breezing through it, but Anne's head is bent down just like everyone else. And there's nothing for it. I'm just going to have to finish this test out and, well, find out what happens. Of course I want to play the ant. Once my test is complete, I walk down to the professor's desk. I try to sneak a peek at Anne to see if they're having an easy time or not, but it's just impossible to tell. Finished, Max. Hang around a few moments and we'll discuss the result of our little extra credit experiment. I nod with a bit of apprehension. I'm not really sure I wanted to know what happened. Well, I want to know what happened. But I suppose it's all part of the experiment. I return to my desk and busy myself for the remainder of the test time, watching as everyone else slowly hands in their tests. And finally, the only ones left in the room are myself and the others in the extra credit group. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Time to find out which of you will be failing and which will be getting C's. Anne looks over at me, raising an eyebrow. I just shrug and look back at the professor. All right, let's start running through stuff, shall we? Let's see. Marvin, you fail. Looks like Tara came to me pretty quickly. What? This is crap. Suck it up, sunshine. You knew the rules. And I just watched Marvin run out of the class, looking like he spit nails. Okay. Who else have we got here? Right. Roxanne. Yes, Professor? Looks like Jared doesn't share your interest in his study. I assume I'll be seeing you next quarter then. I look forward to your future test results. Roxanne almost looks like she wants to cry or beat the crap out of Jared, who's hiding his head on his desk. And finally, Professor Task looks at me. Looks like you kept faith, Anne. Such loyalty brings a tear to my jaded and uncaring heart. Wait, no, that's heartburn. Anyways, you both took things normally, so I guess I'll actually have to grade your tests. I'll get back to you on your grades, but I assume they'll be fine. Anne beams at me, clapping her hands happily. We did it, Max, we did it! I'm so happy you didn't take the easy A. I knew you could have fun and, I just knew you could see how good it feels to study. Well, I have to admit, I mostly just didn't want to disappoint you. I'm glad it all worked out. I think that's the lot of you here. We'll deal with any other stragglers later. I slumped down at my desk, mostly just glad that the tension's over, when Professor Task's cell phone suddenly breaks the silence. Yes? Well, yes, I put them in a prisoner's dilemma. Well, I'm a sociology professor. Of course it's relevant. Well, how was I supposed to know his father was a donor? What's going on? Professor Task is frowning something fierce. Someone's clearly reading on the riot act. What? Hell no! I've got tenure. You can go to hell. The grades are final. The grades are staying. I didn't get here where I am grading papers. I'm not about to start. Fine, yes, I can make up students somehow. How about... But that's my... I was going to... Fine. And Professor Task looks fit to be tied as he puts his cell phone away. So apparently Marvin's a little crybaby and went whining to the dean. 30 minutes later, Anne and I are standing in front of the stunned members of Latin House. Seriously? Yeah, apparently Dean tore him something fierce. So to make up for putting us all through that, we all get to use Professor Task's beach house this spring break. We have to pay our own way, and it's only the space, but I mean, heck, we're getting no amenities. Oh, we're getting no amenities, but it's a private beach, so we'll have a place to ourselves. Oh man, this is going to be so sweet. I want to get packing. I hope I have a good swimsuit. Can I bring Vegemite? I don't think so, sorry. Oh, it's okay. I'll get my friend Jovia to watch him. Woo, spring break. I watch everyone gather excitedly and go off to start packing. Hopefully this will help us forget the ugliness that just happened and we can all just have a great time. I think that's it for this week. It is. Okay. Am I not getting my rational points that I'm supposed to? That's bothering me that I'm not getting those rational points. I may need to try to see if I can. Or maybe 191's the max? I don't know, man. Regardless, spring break. Everyone's packing their stuff, and nobody can stop talking about our trip to the beach house. I'm a little worried that we'll still have to
Luckily,
pay our
I've got
way, but I think
self-voicing
I've got it
disabled.
Oh, no. Stop. No. No. Ah. Stop it. No one wants your... Stop. Please. Luckily, I've got a band big enough to carry all of us down there. Since I'm driving, everyone else is chipping in for my gas. Hey, you almost ready? Almost. Just a couple more things. Hey, what do you think of this swimsuit? And Isabella holds up a skimpy two-piece against her shirt. Damn, babe, I thought the beach house was no smoking. Oh, please. I'm downright on fire. Anyways, hurry up. We're all itching to get going. Seriously, you ripped that one on purpose. Those last 3 miles were hell. Oh, you're full of it. Quit trying to blame it on me. Hey, come on, guys. It doesn't matter anymore. Our lungs will probably grow back. It's fine. Ha! I want to take up every time Isabella just chimes in with ha. There's got to be a lot of points in this where she does that. Oh, jeez. It was a long 15-hour trip, but we finally made it. It's pretty late. What do we want to do? Well, let's get settled into the house first. I just want to see what the rooming situation's like. So, are we really the only ones here all week? Yeah, unfortunately, Roxanne and the others had to bow out. They just couldn't afford their own transportation. I'd feel bad, but this place doesn't really look big enough for all of us anyways. And Anne is right. The house looks pretty cozy. Once we've got the door open and the place scouted, it looks like there are only 3 bedrooms. Each one's got a king-size bed in it, but still. Well, I suppose we could split off into pairs. Maybe someone can use the couch out here. Actually, let's just use 2 of the rooms for 3 people. We can go girls and boys. What? Why wouldn't we use all the rooms? I look at Isabella, who gives me a quick nod, and suddenly I know exactly what she's thinking. Hey, because numbnuts, we've already got a perfectly good split here. Why mess up all the rooms? Because it's ours for the week? That doesn't mean we have to be rude. No. It's much better if we leave one of the rooms empty, where we know that none of the others will be in it. Where everyone knows that they shouldn't go into that room, especially without knocking. And then Dominic looks between us, realization slowly dawning on his face. I'm just saying, it's a long week, lots of folks about. Come on, douchenick, catch the hint already. Yeah, I get it. You two are gross. But whatever, fine. Isabella and I high-five as everyone starts getting settled into the house. Everyone splits off across male or female, setting their stuff down and making their sleeping arrangements. Alright, boys, let's get our crap down. I figured there'd be a bed situation, so I've got my sleeping bag with me. Are you sure you're not just planning on spending the week in someone else's bed? Hey, the week is young, my dim-witted friend. The week is young, and so are those hotties out on the beach. Dominic rolls his eyes, and Rakesh shakes his head. I throw my bedroll onto the floor while Dominic and Rakesh eye the bed. I've slept in worse places. Let me see if I can find a few blankets, and I'll take the other side of the bed. Dominic walks out to find a linen closet. Ooh, this is so exciting. Don't tell him to calm down. That's just rude in general. But does this choice actually matter? Hold on. Does this... No, it does not. No. Yes, my friend, we will party hard. You know it, my man. So, when I was in uni, we actually had this foreign friend. He was some kind of African descent. I don't know exactly which African country he came from, but he was so happy at everything. I mean, I've never seen someone just be so happy with everything that's going on. He legitimately inspired me to be happier on my days. Just because anytime I see him, he was happy at something. Even if it was something so simple. God, I loved him. And Rakesh reminds me a lot of him. Just because, pure joy. It's it's gonna be great. Man, I need to see if I can find him again. I know he's still there because he was actually 2 years younger than me. So I may be able to find him on the message boards because he's so funny. I love him. Anyway. I go to give Rakesh a fist bump, but I don't know if he's gotten that one yet, so it's kind of just an awkward handshake. Still, he's grinning. I'm grinning. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, let's call it a night, gents. We've got a long week. Get the lights, would you, Max? Oh, boy. Yes, turn up the lights, Max. I'm sure nothing will happen in the dark. Oh, if it's hair-raising tales, you're... Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. We all settle in for some fun on our first night, and hopefully the last night I'll be spending in a bed alone during this trip. Come on, everyone. The beach isn't going to lie all over itself. First one there gets to run... Y'all heard my story in the last one about why this statement bothers me. Come here, kids. A revolution on Grand's back. Basically, I don't know what it's from. It's either Game Grumps or Markiplier, but there was a series where they were talking and messing around. I want to say Mario Maker, but I don't know. No, it was Game. Now that I know it, it's probably Game Grumps, because there's just a point where I think it was Dan. He speaks out and says, "Come on, kids, come and rub lotion on Grand's back." Then Anne bursts into tears laughing. I burst into tears laughing, and then we continue on. Everyone's up and dressed for some fun on the beach. Sally cooked us up some great vegan pancakes for breakfast. I have to admit, I'm looking forward to spending the day on the beach. Our first day here was basically just, we went into the town and picked up some supplies. We found a nice little outlet mall. Sally and Dominic wanted to look through it a bit, so we just ended up spending our day in town, just enjoying the local flavor. Today is promising to be some fun on the beach. The sky's clear, the water's warm. I can't wait. This is my idea of a good week off. Our section of the beach is private, but I've still got more than an eyeful of with the ladies running around. And in the incredible unlikely chance I get bored, I can just walk a little ways over and be on the public property. And suddenly it's girls galore. Rakesh and Sally are looking over the water, and it looks like they're thinking about going in first. No, Rakesh, you're not going to be able to snorkel in here. It's too shallow. I suppose looking at it, you may be right. Still, I'd like to explore and see. Anna and Isabella are sitting under a beach umbrella, putting on their various creams, and, well, Anne's got a couple of books next to her. Looks like she knows what she's doing today. Meanwhile, I'm trying to help Douchnik set up the net for some beach volleyball. Hey, no, it's got to go on the third rung. Otherwise, it's going to be too low. It's a net, not a limbo stick. Oh, shut up, jackass. You know, if you don't get it straight, won't be doing anything with it. Ooh, Rakesh, shake that pretty ass, boy. Behave, Isabella. Come on, Rakesh. Let's see how deep it gets out there. Watch out for the undertow, you two. It's nice to have the whole house out here, getting along and enjoying the beach. It almost feels like we've got our own nice little family. A few hours later, everyone's gathered around the deck table with another great lunch properly finished off. Thanks for the meal, Rakesh. That was great. Yeah, man, good job. Though I mind that grill, I think we may have to fire that up tonight. We bought charcoal, right? Yeah, and some hamburger and veggie patties. Oh, that sounds delicious too. I'm gonna end up stuffing myself silly this week. Well, then let's just have to exercise. We'll have to exercise that much harder. True. We should go and do something now. Hey, let's put that volleyball net to good use. What do you folks say? I'm game. Hey, let's do it. I'll lead one team. Don't you get enough trying to herd cats being our RA? Pfft, I'm not going to stop until I whip you into shape. And the rest of us decide it's not worth it to argue with him and just let him lead one of the teams. Sally volunteers to lead the other one. The two confer for a moment before turning to us for their team selections. Alright. We've discussed what seems fair for the teams. It's me, Rakesh, and Anne for Team 1. And for Team 2, it's Sally, Isabella, and any stray hobos they can pick up. Is there actually a way for that to RNG you getting on Anne's team? I've never seen that if that's the case. That's weird. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Sally elbows Dominic in the ribs. Come on, Max, Isabella, let's clobber these suckers. Isabella and I cheer and high five while we walk over to Sally. The three of us huddle on our side of the net to make some strategy. Let me just... One moment. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, Max, you're gonna be our first server. We know Anne's her weak point, so try to pick her out if you can. Don't be mean though, okay? Hey, all's fair in love and war. Ah, calm it down there, Top Gun. We've got this. We've got a good height advantage, so just spike that ball whenever you can. I nod as we all put our hands in the middle and pull them up with a cheer. You chumps ready for the fire? Don't get too cocky, Missy. We've got brawn and brains to spare. You think you've gone spare? We have spare tires in our brains. Everyone looks at Rakesh for a moment, but just decides to let it pass. Hey, what say we make this interesting, folks? Oh, what are you thinking? What say the winning team gets out of cleaning duties for the rest of the trip? Oh, yes. I will enjoy all my extra free time. Ha! You wish! Dominic fishes a quarter out of his pocket and flips it. He points to me and says to call it. Luckily, Tails doesn't fail me, and it's our turn first. Dominic tosses me the ball. It looks like it's my turn to serve. Don't fall for it. I throw the ball and smack it over the net towards Rakesh. He's actually surprisingly on his toes, and whips it towards Dominic, who's just waiting for it. Isabella tries to jump up for a block, but Dominic spikes it just past her left side. Sally tries to dive for it, but it's too late. Ha! Your gambit has failed, foolish one. 1 point to us. We rotate positions with Dominic serving this time, and he tosses the ball and does a jump serve right to Isabella. Isabella laughs, and she easily returns the ball back over the net. We get a couple of good volleys in. Rakesh almost spikes one home, but a last-minute dive by Sally saves it. Suddenly, just as I'm figuring out that Dominic's jump towards the net is a fake out for Anne bumping it over, I realize that the ball's coming right for me. I need to try and score here. I take a good run and leap up at the ball. There's a perfect opening right between Rakesh and Anne. I swat the ball like it just tried to steal the last cookie. Dominic's too far out thanks to his feint, but Rakesh tries to save it. It bounces off him and out of bounds. Suck it, fools! Our point. I'll get you next time. After another half an hour, we're all feeling hot and sweaty, but it's been great exercise. Sally's team has scored 13 to Dominic's 13. We're getting really close to match point, and it's my serve again. I have a chance to maybe end this game right here since we're only playing to 15. Now, where to serve it this time? I know those two have been covering Anne this whole game, and I think Dominic's expecting another cheap shot. I rear up and slap the ball home, right to Rakesh. I watch as the ball sails right past him and smacking the sand right on the inside edge of the boundary line. Woo! Aced it! Well, I'd love to say our match had an epic final point, but it really didn't. Serve went up fine, had a few volleys, but at the last minute Dominic went for a simple bump and slipped in the sand. The ball landed harmlessly to his left and we scored the final point. Everyone laughed and cheered as the final point was scored. I throw my arms out and Isabel and Sally come over for a congratulatory hug, and I try not to let my grin get too big. Great game, suckers. Have fun cleaning up. I believe it's time for me to get back to my tanning. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some fun now. Good game, everyone. The final tally was Dominic's 13 to Sally's 15. I wandered over to the water and took a few moments to stretch. That was a lot of fun. I really can't wait to see the rest of the week has in tow. The last 2 days have been incredible. I've been hanging out with my friends on and off the beach, and it's probably been the best vacation of my life. Skimpy outfits, hot sun, a chance to show off here and there. It's been awesome. It's all the more disappointing that tomorrow we'll have to pack up and head back to the dorm. Still, I've got one more day to spend here, and I'm gonna make sure it's the best caper yet. I think everyone's had the same thought, though, actually. Dominic made breakfast, and we all split up to sort of do our own thing. Even I've gotten a good breakfast and a good shower in. Now I just need to figure out what to do with my day. I walk out onto the deck and take a brief moment to watch over the waves. It's beautiful here, and, well, I can see why Professor Task bought it and why he'd want to keep it to himself. Where did everyone go today? Rakesh is in the garage. He's probably painting something he shouldn't be. Isabella probably went to go fall asleep on the beach. Sally built a bird feeder late Wednesday, so she's probably out getting that set up. I think Anne went back inside to read by the windows. I guess it's a little bit cooler inside. I know that the last quarter of the year is coming up, and I probably won't have another chance to get some good alone time with someone. If I don't make something happen now, nobody's going to have time to make it happen later. I get my shirt on and wander my way over to the kitchen and grab a quick snack from the fridge. I can see Anne lounging on the couch reading a book. The sun is shining in on her, so I guess she's still enjoying the beach a little in her own way. I grab a seat on the chair next to the couch. Anne looks up at me over the edge of her book, just giving me a little smile. I wave back happily and spend a few minutes just eating my apple. Finally, she puts a bookmark in her book and sets it down on the coffee table. Nothing like a book on the beach. Yeah, but you're not actually on the beach. Oh, don't be pedantic. I love air conditioning. Fine, a good book near the beach. At least I'm still in my swimsuit. We both just laugh for a few moments. I can't believe we got all this just for putting up with the crazy experiment of a ridiculous professor. I'm so proud of you for sticking it out with me. We came out of it with a B in that class, which is pretty good considering. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it, but I guess I just couldn't screw you over that way. I know grades are super important to you. Heck, spending this past quarter with you has probably been the most fun I've ever had out of school. Anne blushes but smiles at me. I've had a lot of fun with you too, Max, and thanks for making what could have really been a stressful quarter a lot of fun. Sit with me, please. Anne leans forward, placing her books on the coffee table. She smiles over at me. It's the last quarter of your first year of college. You've been doing a great job keeping your grades up. How do you feel about this college gig? These days? I don't think it'll ever be for me. But but I can see the purpose in at least trying my best while I have the opportunity. I guess I have to thank you for all this newfound sense of personal responsibility. Anne just beams at me happily. The way the light from outside plays off her hair makes her look almost angelic. I look into her eyes happily, just lost in them for a few moments. You've really believed in me this whole time, haven't you? Anne blushes prettily. Well, I get to just tell there's more to you than, well, you like to let on, that's all. I knew there's a smart, caring, and sensitive guy in there. Well, I'm certainly a guy. Don't play dumb with me anymore, mister. It's not gonna work. I already know you're a sweetheart, Max. Why do you think I'm so into you? I tilt my head at Anne, just a suave grin on my face. Oh, I thought it was because of my incredible smoking sexiness. Anne just giggles, shaking her head at me. I mean, come on, have you seen these abs? I pull my shirt off, flexing a little bit for Anne. This stuff is lady catnip. Lady catnip? I've never heard that before in my life. And suddenly, Anne places a finger on my lips. What did I just say about playing dumb? You've been nothing but sweet and kind to me since the first day we met. And before I can answer, she leans over the arm of the couch and I feel her lips press into mine. Her eyes are closed in front of me and I can't help but close my own. Ah! That's not what I wanted! Oops. That'll be fine. And before I can answer, she leans over the arm of the couch and I feel her lips gently press into mine. Her eyes are closed in front of me and, well, I can't help but close my own. My arms go around her, pulling her a bit closer as our lips gently explore each other's for a few moments. Her hand reaches out, running lightly over my abs, and it seems she really does appreciate them. Suddenly, Anne pulls away from my arms, and I feel a moment of disappointment before I realize she's just standing up. She walks over, sitting down in my lap in the chair, her feet dangling over the arm. Putting her arms around my neck, she smiles and pulls her head down for another long kiss. Much better. And we just sit like that for a few minutes, our lips crashing together with increased vigor. My hand explores her body, feeling her light thighs and cupping her cute ass. Anne moans into my mouth, running her own hands over my cheeks and ears. Her tongue darts out and she tastes sweet. I run a hand over her breasts, giving them a gentle squeeze, causing Anne to lean back in my arms. Finally, I get tired of the chair, hitching my arms under Anne, but leaving my lips on hers. I lean forward, and with one good heave, I'm on my feet. Max, what are you doing? She doesn't sound too upset, more just curious. I start heading towards the bedroom we left purposely empty, and I grin down to Anne. Now who's playing dumb? Anne blushes but smiles at me, leaning her head down into my shoulder. Yes. And luckily the door isn't closed or anything, a quick push and we're in. I make sure the door is nice and closed behind me though. I lay Anne down on the bed and just kiss her as I move in on her. Anne moans, running her hands all over my exposed body, and I lean down and begin kissing her earlobes, moving down to kiss and suck on her neck. Suddenly I feel Anne's hand rubbing over my belly, moving lower. I move back up to her mouth, kissing and thrusting my tongue out. She sucks on my tongue for a moment, nipping at it playfully. An exciting moment later, and I can feel her hands tugging intently at my trunks. I smile and begin to pull at the edges of her swimsuit, freeing her lovely body. 30 minutes later, with Anne rested in the crook of my arm, I breathe a contented sigh. That was fantastic, Max. See, I'm not all talk. Anne giggles, but I can see the smile slipping from her face. Is this it, Max? I mean, for us? What? You want to be a big rock star with groupies and fans screaming your name. I guess I'm just nervous. I hear about the love 'em and leave 'em guys. I just chuckle and bring my hand around and gently stroke at Anne's hair. Look, we're not getting married tomorrow, Anne. But I really enjoy myself with you. You're not getting rid of me that easy, I'm afraid. No, I plan to stick around and ride your coattails through this whole college gig. And then when you're a famous historian or an archaeologist or something, I can be your no-good musician boyfriend. At least until my band takes off, and then we can be a power couple. You do the tone rating and I'll write your theme songs. Anne laughs, and I'm glad I diffused the tension. I have no intention on ditching her, and I'm just glad she knows it. Set requirements for the final romance endings have changed. So, actually, that didn't happen to the last one, did it? Like, the whole mention of, would he leave her? That didn't happen in the last one, correct? At least I don't think so. I don't remember it. I only did it yesterday, so I don't... What? Who are you? Ah! Okay. Let's just, well, let's try it, because... Ooh, I do not have a lot of money. I wonder if that is it. Wait, hold on. Why is tabletop RPG so expensive? Okay, never mind. Let's just start the week. Thankfully, this week, we have one event this week, and then we have like nothing for 5 weeks. So that's good. And it's actually Wednesday that we have the event that we have to do. So, come on. It should be here. Oh, come on. Who's gonna know? I mean, a quick trip to the reference section. We'll just study some anatomy. Oh my god, Max, no. What if someone saw? I would die of embarrassment. But what a way to go. And worse, what if someone needs one of those books and now it's got us on it? I might damage the book. You've got some skewed priorities, baby. This is not... What? Nobody uses magazines anymore. It doesn't matter what happens there, right? I mean, come on. It's called the internet. Wait, how is... Neither of these sound like good options. How is... I've never seen this option before. This isn't even on the walkthrough. I mean, they're already destroyed and nobody goes down there. Plus, those cement walls just eat sound. You're a terrible person, Max. That's true. Have you mentioned I got a book I haven't returned for 6 months? Well, that's just terrible. I'm afraid for someone so overdue, there's a very, very... Oh, geez, hold on. I'm afraid for someone so overdue, there's a very, very special punishment. I'm afraid, sir, I'll need you to come with me. Sounds like the beginning of one of those terrible pornos. Well, that's certain. I can't do this. I can't. We're approaching 2 hours. I got like another half hour left of this. Oh, jeez. I know this bed's just a cheap single, but after a long day, it feels fantastic. The last quarter has barely begun, and I'm already feeling blown out. Heck, I even made it home before everyone else. I put my cell phone out to put it on the charger and noticed a text from Anne. Well, we haven't had a chance to hang out much in the last few days. It might be nice to go out tonight. Maybe I'll give her a call. Right? Yeah, right. Right! I smile and call up the speed dial contact for Anne. Hopefully we can at least catch a bite to eat together. Hey, Max, did you get my text? That's why I called. I've been thinking about you all day. Aw, sweet. Hey, let's go get something to eat. You got it, sweetie. A few hours later, Anne and I are staring down at our finished burgers. So, what are you studying anyway? Whatever floats my boat, really. I'm not really taking it so seriously. What are you? What about you? What are you studying towards? I've been mostly taking general studies. I was thinking about going into library science. So what, like test tubes in the Dewey Decimal System? Not quite. It just basically means studying to be a librarian. You'd probably be really good at that. I certainly haven't ever met someone who knew more about books. Anne blushes prettily and fiddles with her basket for a moment. I'm not really certain if it's for me. It was such a struggle just to get my parents to consider letting me out of town. Part of me wants to travel and see the world and learn more by doing, you know? Hey, I get that. Heck, I want to travel all over the country myself. I just want to be rocking a stage while I do it. Stick with me, good looking, and we'll see just what this nation's got to offer. I'd like that. Though we should probably just stick to dating for starters. Maybe something later? Hey, can't wait for next time. Anne smiles at me and we chuckle. One teeny moment. Just give me one moment. Alrighty. Okay. Nice work today, Max. You've really got a knack for this. Thanks. It's because of your training, I'm sure. You're a born librarian. I don't know about that. Though I do like it. I think I might work on a degree in this. I think that would be a lot of fun. What? Wait. This isn't... Come on, Anne. You could do way better than a stuffy librarian. You could be an astronaut or something awesome with your brains. Not hold up with a bunch of musty books. God damn it! Why did this backfire on me? You're clearly a shoo-in. You've got the tools of the trade down. Plus, I'm sure you'll have a ton of young men suddenly very interested in reading. Don't be gross, Max. What? With your inclusive, insightful, and clever outreach programs, are you saying you're not smart enough to put one together? I know exactly the kind of outreach you're hoping for, and if that hand comes any closer to my butt, you're organizing the microfiche in the rest of the week. I pull my hand back and whistle innocently. She's not buying it. But she's also grinning. I take a break even. Wait! Oh my god! I get it! The reason these interactions are happening is because you're working together! Ah! I didn't even notice this in the one with Max. I was like, oh, she's probably just hanging out with him more. I didn't realize it's because she was working at the record store with him. Ah! Okay. I'm not really sure what I want to do tonight. I should probably get some work done, but it's Saturday and I feel like taking a little time to myself. I respectfully request that you back off. With all due respect, please stay away from me. I turn for a moment, wondering if Rakesh is talking to me, but I don't think he is. He's got a notebook in one hand, and he's tapping it with a pen in the other. He seems to be considering what he wants to write down. He looks up from his notebook and catches me looking at him. Ah, Max, welcome home. I must tell my parents how I feel, if possible, without telling them how I feel. He looks at me as though I have the answers hidden in my back pocket, and I'm not sure what to tell him. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, well, good luck with that, bro. I know you can figure it out. Just, write what's in your heart or something. I know you can do it, Rakesh. Do your best. Rakesh nods at me with a mixture of disappointment and bewilderment in his eyes. He turns and walks away upstairs. I can't help but feel I've dodged a bit of a bullet there. I really don't want to get in the middle of Rakesh's family squabble. Okay, I've hit 300 and 200. I'll do a quick save, yeah, sure. I wasn't trying to, but 300 organized, 200 rational. Okay, so I'm curious. So hold on, hold on. I'm gonna let's shut up, it'll be fine. There's no way this will work, because you gain like what, 5 a night or something, so it'd be 5, 10, 15, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. Perfect. I'm curious. How quick is my energy going down to 0? As I sit in my room, I find myself staring at the ceiling. It's been a good year so far. I've had a lot of fun, gotten used to college life, even gotten together with Anne. But just the way I think about what I've done this year, I can't help but feel like I haven't really made a lot of progress on my greater goals. I mean, this college stuff is all right and all, but how is Back Alley Flash really doing? I've had a few good shows at Christmas, and we've done 1 or 2 shows, but I don't know. I feel like we've just got to throw one final show for the first year. Really get my name out there. It's going to take some work, but if we pull it off by the time school starts up next year, we should be a campus legend. Then again, maybe I'm just being paranoid. I've done great this year. I need to push myself. I know I'll have the floodlights out of myself soon enough. I give a stretch after another long day of classes, and I'm looking at the stairs thinking how nice it's going to be back in my room. On my way up, I hear Sally and Isabella arguing. Don't know what it's about, but I'm glad I'm not involved. I try to take the long way around and just head into my room. Once I'm back in my room, I put on some headphones and get back to business. I really hope Anne and I don't have a fight like that. I've never heard that one before. Excuse me? Oh, my energy's barely going down at all. I could literally just study. It's still early in the quarter, and I'm not sure what to expect from Professor Merriweather. So, I mean, it should at least be entertaining. All right, if you're in this class, you've probably got the basics down, which means it's time to start getting serious. Now, normally we would do this sort of thing in a lab, but today is special for 2 reasons. Number 1, some brain genius decided to mix glycerin with KMNO4 in our lab, meaning that there's now an open opportunity for alternative environment learning. Secondly, the morgue's full and my contact's on the cheap. And as soon as she says that, one of the professor's TAs walks into the room pushing a cart with a blanket over it, and a suspiciously body-shaped lump under the blanket. This is a 103 class. I'm pretty sure we're not up to this stuff yet. And as soon as I see the look of glee on the professor's face, though, I know we're gonna do this. Alright, better question. Who wants to make the first incision? Don't worry, he's dead. He complains very little. Around the room, everyone seems unsure what to do with this. A few hands tentatively go up. Come on, you won't get a chance like this for another 2 or 3 years. Prof, is this, legal? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was biology. Apparently it's intro to law. Well, as it turns out, I probably got a degree in that too, so how about you shut up? As a matter of fact, looks like someone just volunteered to take the first cut. The professor stares at me as the entire rest of the class turns to look at me with a mixture of amusement and horror. I wait a few moments to see if the professor is going to change her mind, but I finally stand up and walk down to the front of the class. Here you go, Captain Rules. Okay, how about you choose our lesson plan for today? Pick a spot, we'll examine whatever you cut up. The professor hands me some plastic gloves, which I put on as she stands there staring at me. She then hands me a scalpel and I look at the body. Luckily, the TA left his face and lower half covered. I walk over to the corpse to try and figure out what I'm going to do. Cut into the belly! Well, I can't believe I'm going to do this, and I just close my eyes, just barely looking at the body. I jab out with the scalpel, trying to make a cut. What? You trying to gut him? He's a corpse, not a trout. Alright, let's take a look for that appendix. If that's not there, I'm sure we'll find something fun. I just like the idea, it's like, let's look for that appendix. I cut into his arm. If it's not there, we'll find something to do. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the lack of blood. That's because they drain these things, and because I'm not a complete idiot. The professor looks at me just standing there and makes a shooing motion. I return to my seat as she begins her lecture properly, and I can't believe she had me do that. So disgusting. I need to skip this class from now on. Oh my god, I went up 100 in that week. I can actually do this. 19, there's nothing going on this week. Let's just do this. I want to see it. I want to see what happens when you hit max. I think with Anne, if you hit max, you get like a dean's list or something. I don't know with Max. I don't think he cares. I'm starving. Luckily, the cafe is on the way home. A nice sandwich sounds perfect about now. And as I open the door, I see Isabella and wave hello. She smiles, but she seems to be busy. And as I'm sitting down with my food, I notice Chad coming in. This might be ugly. I just stick to my seat, but I don't exactly call for his attention. I may not be afraid of a little trouble, but that doesn't mean I need to go looking for it. Besides, I should be here in case Isabella needs my backup, but I don't want to start drama. Luckily, Isabella doesn't notice him at first and keeps serving other customers. Finally, after a few moments, I hear Chad clearing his throat loudly. Hey, Isabella, I don't get to have a word or nothing? I don't see why you should get a word in. Do you honestly feel like there's something to say? Because I don't particularly. Come on, don't be like that, baby. Look, I'm sorry I screwed up. Doesn't mean we can't have some good times, right? You really think that's all it's gonna take? Isabella sets down the tray that she was carrying with enough force that the sound echoes through the whole cafe. We are over, you bastard. You had your chance at greatness and you freaking blew it. Now scuttle off and leave me be. Hey, come on, baby. I'm not the only one missing out here. We had some good times, right? I've made some mistakes, sure, but I'm coming to you on my knees here. Oh, are you really? Okay, because it looks like you're standing perfectly well to me. You don't even have flowers or chocolates or anything. You're not even trying. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you didn't bring me flowers. I hate to think you'd waste your money. We done here? Hey, come on. You think you do better than me? Just forgive me already. Are you kidding? I could find a better man than you out behind the dumpsters. And Chad turns red in anger for a moment. Are you kidding me? I'm the best thing that's ever happened to you. I think for a moment about jumping in and sticking up for Isabella, but then I realized I'd just be butting in. This is between Isabella and Chad. She doesn't need me sticking my nose in it. You know what? No, Chad. The best thing that ever happened to me was finding out earlier that you were a boneheaded, selfish asshole without a lick of sense to you. If you had any of those, you wouldn't have treated me the way you did. So why do you think I'd want to have anything to do with your ridiculous ass? Hey, look, I'm just saying You're just saying, hey, sucker, I want to treat you like a possession and sex toy. Why don't you come back in my pocket where you belong? Here's a hint. Because I'm none of those things. And the fact that you probably even now don't understand that is why we will never, ever be together again. Chad looks completely stunned by Isabella's charade. He just stands there slack-jawed. I'm sick of you taking up my air, jack-off. I'm going to the back, and if you're still here when I get back, you're going to be the sorriest sack of crap in this whole school. Whew, Isabella just stalks off to the back, completely ignoring Chad. And for his part, Chad just shakes his head and turns to leave. He can't muster a quip or a line. He's just been completely defeated. A few minutes later, Isabella comes out of the back and spots me still sitting there. Oh man, you saw all that, huh? What an asshole, am I right? I just smile and nod. Hey, thanks for not butting in. I hate it when people try to fight my fights for me. I knew you had it, babe. No way that micromind was gonna walk all over you. Well, thanks anyway. You full? If not, I'll grab you something good. Hey, that sounds great. Yay! Bep. All the studying. I will have all of the knowledge! Well, just another night at home hitting the books. I can't believe I could do this. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. My study's about as hard as a piece of notebook paper in a windstorm. But I am just cooped up in my room. Everyone else is studying hard. And Memphis won't answer his stupid phone. And for a moment, I sigh wistfully. I really should have done something to end this year with a bang, but oh well. At any rate, it's probably going to be a long night. I might as well just catch some sleep. I think in all of his endings, regardless, he ends up doing the whole like they break up after Slim gets married. So I don't think it actually changes anything. Maybe it does, who knows? I snag a good seat, prepared for another class. Sometimes I can't believe I still let Professor Task teach here. I guess that's the power of tenure. I wonder what it's going to get into today. All right, you little money sacks, sit down. Let's get this started. Everyone quiets down, settling in their seats, and the professor turns on a projector and starts displaying slides. The slides seem to be displaying a countryside, a few buildings dotted, and as he progresses through the slides, we see a bunch of people sitting in front of the buildings and posing. Professor, are we just looking at your vacation slides? What's your point? I'm trying to get to a point if a certain nosy know-nothing would stop interrupting me. I just sit back in my seat, not believing we're actually looking at a professor's vacation slides. And here we are. This is the slide that matters. On the projector is a picture of a small green statue. The fabled jade monkey of Tuscatoon, a small village in western Nigeria. I sought this fabled statue for 6 years before beginning my career here. Unfortunately, just as it was in my grasp, I lost it to a rival hunter. What's the point of this, Professor? Well, yes, what is the point indeed? The point, my dear, is that I've never given up my search, and now I've located the final piece. I know that one of you has it. The professor points at Roxanne and myself. The rest of the class gasped in surprise. Whatever do you mean, dear professor? Yeah, what are you talking about? Oh, don't play dumb with me. Give the jaded monkey, and I won't have to spring the trap I planted on both your chairs. The professor pulls out a small switch attached to a radio transmitter. I look under my chair and see that dynamite has been planted there. Never! I stand up, pointing my finger squarely at Roxanne. Sorry, Red, but I know you've got it. Just cough it up already so we can go home. Roxanne frowns and reaches into her backpack. When her hand comes back, it's holding a small jade statue. There it is, my pupil. Get the statue and you shall want for nothing. I nod at the professor, glaring at Roxanne. For her part, she just smiles, cocking her hand and waving me on. I jump up, kicking off my desk so I can fly across the room to where Roxanne is. She blocks my initial punch with the swift motion of her arm. Wait, that was Crane meets a traveler. It cannot be. You are from the Death Hand School? Of course I am. Did you truly think you had destroyed all of our clan? You don't have the strength. Now let me show you true kung fu. Our fists meet with thunderclaps as we try to move past each other's defense. Her kung fu is strong, but I know that I have righteousness on my side. Suddenly, one of her feet darts out to sweep my legs. I immediately retreat into standing crane. Ha! You've left yourself open! Her fist moves faster than I can imagine, hitting 4 pressure points to my chest. You are a worthy opponent, but you only have 4 steps to live. Professor Task and the rest of the class gasp in pain and sorrow as Roxanne moves 6 steps away from me. I can't let her get away like this. I take 2 steps forward. Another. And with the 4th step, a pain builds in my chest. I can see Roxanne smirking condescendingly at me. And with a start, I lift my head off my desk. I can't believe I fell asleep. What the hell was that dream? And that's why you should always be aware of what kind of cheese you're buying in foreign countries. See, I told you I was getting to a point. that was okay, I guess. If I hit 999, does it just trigger a whole different ending? And just say, fuck it. Time's running out this year, and I know the band hasn't really gotten anything going. Maybe I can at least find a party to go to. Kinda wish I had a nice gig for my band, but we can't have everything. I'm sure at least we can score a sweet party. I head up to my room and close the door. Time to take care of business for a while. Yes! Yes! One more! Back in my room at last. Just as I'm putting my keys on my desk, there's a knock on my door. Vex, you have to help me. They've outwitted me. I stand with my keys in hand, staring at Rakesh. Who's outwitted you? My parents. They're going to be video calling me in 20 minutes. So? So, the letter I wrote them. They're not coming, but they still want to check up on me. You have to help. I look down at the keys in my hand for a moment before answering. I'm sorry, Rakesh, but the professor wants me to come down for an immediate conference about my essay for finals. I can't blow this off, Rakesh. You'll be fine. Just tell your parents the truth, okay? Rakesh looks devastated, but he nods and wanders off back to his room. I pick up my keys and wander back outside. I really don't want to get in the middle of Rakesh's personal problems like this. I didn't have anywhere to go, though, and I'm sure Memphis and I can come up with something fun. Damn it. I will have to go. One more week. What happens if I get 999? Come on, tell me. Yes! Yeah, okay. Give me a call tomorrow and we'll run down the set list, okay? Hey, you got it, man. I think tonight I'm going to take Anne out. Yeah, seems like a good plan. Memphis and I wave goodbye to each other, and I know Anne's home. Though, with finals coming up pretty soon... I'm play this one, 100%. I drop my gear in my room and go knock on Anne's door. Oh, hey Max, what's up? Well, I've got some homework to take care of, and it's always more fun with you. Anne smiles brightly at me and opens the door to her room. Inside, I lay out my thing while Anne types up a few minutes on her laptop, then comes to see what I'm working on. Did you need help with this stuff? No, I think I've got it, about as well as I can. I have a score of 1,000 research points, so I think I know what I'm doing, Anne. Though maybe next time you can make sure I'm doing it. Though maybe you can make sure I'm doing it right. Here, come sit next to me. Anne sits next to me on the bed, and I slip an arm around her as I explain the problem to her and then my solution to the problem. She smells nice and feels nice, and I admit I slip a few times in my explanation. Wow, Max, you've really gotten it. I smile, feeling a bit of silly pride at the compliment. How about you, Anne? Still got those A's coming? Oh yeah, I'm knocking it out of the park this quarter. I've got a few things to finish, but I think I'm going to have everything done in time. So, when this college is over, do you have any idea where you want to go? Do you think you just want to go back to your parents? Well, I haven't really given it a lot of thought. I don't think I want to go back home again. I mean, it was such a struggle to get out. Why would I want to go back? I love my parents, and I know I'd go visit them. But I've just started seeing the world. I don't want to stop just because my college life is over. Well, we could always use another roadie in the back alley flash. And we will once we get the band up on the map enough that we'll be touring anyways. Hey, that way you can see the world while getting to hang out with your favorite man. Oh wow, Sheridan the Fanu is one of your roadies? Is that Fanu? Fanu? Fanny? Just gonna... Oh, your favorite living man who's in a band named Back Alley Flash. Oh, well, I'm sure everyone likes hanging out with Memphis. I let out a primal yell and as I grab Anne by the sides and begin to tickle her mercilessly. That's what you get, you tease. Eventually I have to stop because she's laughing too hard. All right, mister, back to work. No slacking off just because you're cute. Yes, ma'am. Well, maybe you can slack off a little for cuteness. And with that, Anne plants a lingering kiss right on my lips. When I eagerly return. I have all of the grades! What do I win? I can't believe the year's almost over. Sometimes I regret not throwing something together. Still, no sense in worrying about it now. At least instead of worrying about it, I can catch a nap. Nothing beats a nap before a big test. I head back home and decide to lay down. Alright kids, you've got finals next week, so I'm sure you've all got plenty of studying to do. I could try teaching you something that's going to be on the finals, but really, why should I start teaching now? The professor throws a slide on the projector that just says study before walking out of the room. Half the class opens their books and starts studying, and the other half sits there and just packs up their things. I'm not sure what I should do. Well, if I'm going to study, I'm going to do it at my own place. I pick up my things and head to the door with a bunch of the other students with the same idea. I make my way over to the cafe. I'll get a bite while I study. Wow, Max, I guess the gang's all here. I look towards Sally's voice and see that all my roommates really are here. They've all gathered around the table in the corner. Looks like even Isabella took a break from work to sit down. We all just kept coming in one by one. I suppose our great minds have thought alike. Anne waves at me, smiling and patting an empty seat. Is everyone else's professor as crazy as Professor Task? No, he's the only asshole with tenure around here. I think the schedule's just all worked out. Wow, we almost never get to do this. It's so nice. Yeah, we should get together more often. Most of you are pretty alright. Isabella reaches out to punch me in the arm as she laughs. It's been a long year, hasn't it? It really has been. It's been lots of fun, though. Yeah, I think this has been the most fun I've ever had this year. I'm just happy you managed to learn something, like one singular thing. I don't know what exactly, but... Oh, shut up. Honestly, you guys, thanks for everything this year. How about this? I know I got here late, but everyone gets a drink on me. Huh? Everyone around the table cheers as I stand and go over to the counter to make a drink order. And as I wait for the clerk to get my order ready, I look back at the table with all my roommates. Friends sitting around it. This has been a good year, and frankly, I just can't wait to see what happens next. The next 2 weeks fairly just flew by. Between my finals and everyone else's, I barely got time to spend with my friends. I put a lot of work into my last final. It's not really my last one. Sometimes the idea of 3 more years of this seems incredibly daunting, which is precisely why I didn't want to get caught up in this college bull in the first place. Probably wouldn't be in campus today if I didn't need to sell back some books. And as long as I was here, though, I went ahead and printed off my grades for the year. And despite all the craziness this quarter, I've managed to keep my grades up. Just to show exactly how amazing I am, I kept all my grades up without even trying. My thought turns to my band as I look at the students passing by. Back Alley Flash still isn't nearly as known as I'd like around here. We're gonna have a hard time selling ourselves around a college town if nobody knows us. Finally, standing back on the porch of Latin House, I think over all the things I've done this year. Smiling to myself, I open the door and head inside. I head up to my room and drop off a couple of things and pick up a couple of different things. I'm supposed to be studying with Anne after this. That woman just does not let up. I grin to myself as I think about it. It's just one of the things I like about her, honestly. And as I head over to the library, I think about myself being like an honest-to-goodness college student, really trying to learn and grow. It's weird, but with her by my side, it seems doable. She's always cheering me on and always believing in me. With her, it seems like I can make my dream happen without wasting the opportunity college affords me. Hell, just thinking of her beautiful smile makes me smile, and I just want to try harder. I couldn't have asked for a more supportive or caring girlfriend. I'm just glad she took up a slacker like me. Model student? I get to the library and set up a table in the East Wing. Is that the achievement for it? I've got a stack of books, a pen, and some paper. Now, to try to work some of these things out, I'm thinking about taking some summer classes after I visit my parents, and I want to make sure I can make the cut. Suddenly, I hear a squeal of pleasure, and arms grab me from behind. There you are, Max. Look at you, all prepared to study. I'm so proud of you. I knew if you applied yourself, you could do great things, but you've totally exceeded my expectations. Hey, I'm not an idiot. I just didn't think I'd get into this stuff. Probably wouldn't have if it weren't for you. Oh, stop being modest. You've got a great head for this. Maybe I helped a little. A lot. Believe me, babe, I wouldn't be here right where I am now without you pushing me. I appreciate it, Anne. More than you know. Of course, Max. I'd have helped you with being your girlfriend, but I'd have helped you without being your girlfriend, but I'm really happy that I am. You've helped me too, you know, to come out of my shell and be bolder and less shy. A lot of that is thanks to you. No, so you're less shy now, huh? I don't know. We're in a library with a ton of people around. Oh, shut up. She grins as she leans in and kisses me. She really has come out of her shell. I kiss her back firmly, just happy to be with her. And as our kiss lingers, she just barely starts to blush and I pull away. I know she's trying to prove a point, but there's no reason for me to be mean. No, I need Anne by my side, cheering me on as I cheer for her. Together we're going to make a lot of beautiful music in this world. So yeah, that's the last thing I remember doing my first year of college. It's been years since I thought about college days. And as I look back at the time I spent in Latin House, it was definitely the start of a new chapter for me. The world seemed full of new possibilities, and I really just wanted to seize all of them. And maybe I let some opportunities pass me by. but I still felt like I made the most out of those years. I really pushed myself academically. I probably devoted a little too much time studying, but I guess I was just tired of people thinking I was an idiot with a bit of musical talent. Seeing my mom and pop's face when I double majored in business and music, I got a degree for both. It was almost worth it. Whatever did happen to the others, it's just hard to remember with everyone these days. Let's see. Well, Sally managed to get arrested 3 times during the course of college, though it was usually just at some protest or something, so she tended to go off with just a slap on the wrist. And eventually her willingness to be stupid in the name of a cause got her noticed by a World Animal Foundation. She managed to get her degree, and now she does publicity for the foundation. Surprisingly, she and Memphis actually stayed together through the whole of it. They really did their best together. I don't think it ended until a couple years after college. But I've left out Anne, haven't I? Anne kept me really trying at school all through the college. And when I finally graduated, she met my parents. When they found out it was her that had made sure the finances hadn't gone to waste, it was like she was already part of the family. And of course, when I broke the news that I was still going to be pursuing Back Alley Flash, she was also the first person to tell my parents to suck it up. I'd done my time, and now it's time to pursue my dreams. Anne got a job at a college library right out of college. She had a library science degree to back it up, but she took time off to come out with the band when she could. It was a thrill for her to see all the places we were touring, and it was a thrill for me to take her there. Aww, I forgot that was a thing. No. Okay, I'm going to go back after this. I'm going to pause and go back and do that. I forgot that was a thing. But can I do that and still get academically up to that point? I don't know. Of course, the road could be a harsh mistress. Sometimes I was away from her for months on end. After a couple years of that, we grew apart, and I hate to admit it, but after our breakup, I didn't really keep track of her. I just always had something else going on, and I guess that was part of the reason we broke up in the first place. At any rate, I'm not sure where she's at for now. Well, for me. We got a kickstart that first year of college. We kept working on our act while I was at college, but after college, the band did all right. We managed to get a small following, nothing huge, but enough to keep us living off our music. We got a couple songs on the radio, brought in the sales for a bit. My concentrated on classes during college had already put a bit of strain on the group, but we broke up after a couple of years. I still talk to Memphis on occasion. We do music scores for video games, though for different companies. But yeah, everything else about me you already know. At any rate, that's good enough for now. I'm talking about myself for ages. How about you? How was your college experience? I believe. Okay, I'll pause and see if I can trigger that. One moment. Okay, so I'm now here. I have above 600 total, but I'm not quite at 999, and I don't know if that's mandatory. Oh, hold on. No. Okay, so that one. Okay, let's see. Person tell him suck it up. Oh. Okay, here it is. It was a thrill for her to see all the places we were touring, and it was a thrill for me to take her there. After a few years of hitting the road and always coming back to her, well, I did what any decent guy would do. She spent a couple of years being my business manager, but these days she mostly volunteers at local libraries. She's always happiest when she's helping people learn, and of course she's still helping me learn every day. As for me, well... Okay, is this any different? Did a couple of songs on the radio, that brought in sales for a bit. Already put a bit of strain, we broke up for a couple of years. Did video games for different companies. Yep. Okay, so yeah, then they stay together and it's all happy, happy, happy. Now, I'm sure there's other interactions that are special. There are other things that happen that are just different or changes how the story goes. I'm not worried about that. I believe one of Anne's special endings is her making the Dean's List or something. I think Anne gets something if... Well, actually, I can just see this. One moment. I'm going to pause so I don't accidentally show anything. Alrighty. Okay, so... I actually am looking at this, and I have everything. Okay, that's nice. Oh, can I... Now, I'm going to look at the gallery. Something I like to do with these. Oh. Okay, I understand why it does that. So since this is technically a new computer, that's upsetting. I do have them all, though. I have all of the achievements. I have recorded proof of me doing all of them, so I'm not worried about it. It sucks I don't have it, but... That's so cute. Anyways. Thank you, guys. I want to say thank you. Thank you for going through this adventure with me. Thank you for exploring this game with me. Do I recommend this game as an experience for anyone? Yes, of course. Like, at this point, if you're watching this, then perhaps it's too late for you to get, like, a spoiler-free experience of it. Or perhaps you've already watched it. If so, what was your favorite playthrough? I am thinking about getting back into more visual novels. Not necessarily because they're easy or because it's minimal work, but because they're fun. They give you a story that you participate in, that you feel like you've done stuff with. And all things considered, I feel like I've done stuff with it. So, I enjoy it. This was a fun story. It was a very fun story all around. Every single ending I got felt unique. It didn't feel like it was entirely just copied and pasted with a different ending. It did feel like every story did have a different pathway to it. Like there were some things that I would never have seen unless I did all the pathways. I am officially done with Roommates, and I won't be doing any more videos unless, I doubt it, but like DLC comes out or something, which I don't even know how it could. If there's like a sequel to this, then maybe I'll consider doing that. It'd be fun. But for now, I'm going to take a break from visual novels. I'm just going to do some relaxing stuff. I still need to post the stream that I did on Twitch of me finishing the Girls Frontline phone game event. Not Arctic Warfare. The one that was after that. Something Mind. But that all being said, I enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed this game. Do I recommend it? Yes. Do I believe everyone should try it? Yes. And do I believe it's for everyone? No. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more of this. And hey, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.